Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Sunday Fun Day, getting ready for the NFL season to start. I put in the 60-inch TV from the living room here into the studio. I was bored. The girlfriend is gone today, hanging out with her mom, going to the winery. So I am going to go and do the Tennessee Titans versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can to the Cash App, $ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, the link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be doing different things, getting ready for the WWE pay-per-view later on tonight. We're just wrapping up with the Bengals and the Jags, 33-25 on NFL Network. And there's going to be another game later on around, I think, 4, right after this one, where you're going to get the Eagles and the Niners. I might do that one as well. But I hope everyone's having a fantastic Sunday. You know, your boy is getting ready for the NFL season, preseason, just right around the corner. And like I said, I have this rigged up, not exactly the way that I want. The TV's kind of at an angle. I can see most of it based on the setup right now. AFC South standings in this game. Titans are 5-1, and the Bengals 5-1. But I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. If you're watching NFL Network, turn it on, hang out with your boy, and hopefully we end up having a pretty good game. I remember most of these games from the 2020 season, but it's always good to reflect on it. And here we go. Titans with the kickoff. Bengals with the return out of the end zone. Go, go. Shake and bake. There we go. Nice tackle. But let me know that you're in the building. Holla at me if you are in the building. Hopefully everyone's having a fantastic day. NWSF Chain Gang in the building. Nathan Dotson, what to do? And like I said, I've been watching Shark Week all week. And besides that, you know, I'm watching the Bengals and obviously the Tennessee Titans now. And, you know, when you get a little bored and, you know, football season's right around the corner, preseason about 20 days away, I'm itching for football. So anytime they have full games, I always watch the film and break it down. And like I said, Burrow is still playing in this game. That's a big reason why I'm here. He said, first to say first, Eric Schultz, my boy, Nathan Dotson in the building. Burrow, hands off. Gain of about 3 or 4 right there. Hopefully everyone's having a fantastic day. And like I said, it's Sunday. Not a lot going on besides the WWE pay-per-view, coming up here in a few hours. Your boy was bored, just watching film, going through all the team websites. Notice that they have some full games on. Usually they're doing Super Bowl classics. Yesterday I watched the Panthers and the Broncos, Cam Newton going against Peyton Manning. But now this game is on, and then we got a couple others after. So I figured I'd put in some work. All right, Burrow, nice pass. First down, Bengals. Move the chains. T. Higgins, he's going to have a breakout year. I can't wait to see what him and Jamar Chase do with Joe Burrow. They definitely have an excellent core, to be able to build on as we're going into 2021. And don't be surprised if the Bengals, most people would think they're going to finish in last place in the AFC North. Don't be surprised if they finish third. I obviously think Cleveland will win the division. The Ravens should get second, but between Pittsburgh and the Bengals, it might be a little bit closer than you think. Steelers have a good roster, but their defense has some holes. Nice run up the middle. All right, but the offensive line, kind of shitty. I know you got Najee Harris there, and it all depends if Burrow can stay healthy long term, okay? But I'm kind of having feelings that maybe the Bengals will take a little bit of a jump. The Jags might take a little bit of a jump, a little bit more than people are anticipating in 2021. All right, we got the Titans and the Bengals, NFL Network. This was from week 8, I believe, from last year in November. And they're going to have the Niners and Eagles, I believe, on after. Your boy might do 2 games back-to-back. We'll see. Burrow, nice screen. And this is on NFL Network right now, if you're wondering what channel it's on. Like I said, they've been usually playing, some Super Bowl classics, but recently they've been putting some of these older games on from last year and beyond. And, like I said, between watching this and Shark Week, I thought it would be good just to kind of get back into the rhythm, of calling games and getting into that. Can't wait for college football to start. I'm going to be doing a lot of Oregon Ducks football games live, play-by-play and reactions. I'll be in Autzen since we have 100% capacity as well. But again, It's Sunday fun day. Your boy's grinding. Let me know that you're in the chat. Holla at me, and let's enjoy the game. All right? First down, Bengals. Move the chains. I can't wait for football, man. I am just itching. Of course, if I'm doing live play-by-play and reactions from, a game last season or even a classic game, your boy is itching for it. And it's funny, too, because I had to end up taking up the living room TV and bringing it here in the studio. It's way too big. It's like 60 inches. I don't have it on a wall mount. It's just directly behind the iMac that I have. So I can see about 3/4 of the TV with the iMac because my iMac is huge, kind of blocks off. It's almost like a mini TV in itself. But I can see a good chunk of what I need to see. Come on, Bengals. And hopefully Burrow can stay healthy for the full season, because for the development of Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, we need to be able to see them all play together. And obviously with that brutal injury that Burrow suffered, come on, false start 63. All right. But we need to be able to see them all have some continuity and chemistry, especially if they want to be able to get out of last place in the AFC North. Burrow. Nice pass. Oh, what happened to my hands? Big drop right there. Come on, T. Higgins with the drop. Nathan Dotson in the building. Eric Schultz in the building. What to do? Hope everyone's having a fantastic Sunday with your boy. We're getting ready for the 2021 season. But in the meantime, we got the 5-1 Tennessee Titans versus the 1-5-1 Cincinnati Bengals, a.k.a. Bengals. And this is from last year, I believe, week 8 in 2020 before Burrow got hurt. And obviously, that's a big reason why I wanted to do this game. Get a little bit more tape and film in before we go into 2021. Burrow. Ooh. Giovanni Bernard, he's now on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kind of excited to see what he can do with the roster. Obviously, he's going to be kind of a change of pace back for my Buccaneers. Kind of an older vet, but I think he still has got a little bit of gas in the tank, and I'm glad that we actually have him. Most games played by a running back in Bengals history. In this point, Bernard is at 107. James Brooks at 118. That's number 1 for Cincinnati at this point from last year. All right, Burrow. Looks like changing the play at the line. Let's see what they do here. Burrow. Pressure. Oh! Wow. T. Higgins with the toe drag swag. Unbelievable. Let's go. Let's see if he gets both feet down. Woo! Baby. T. Higgins, very underrated. I think he is going to have a huge breakout year. Burrow under center, looking through his progressions, rolling to his right. Flick of the wrist. And complete. And again, this game is on NFL Network. If you're wondering what channel the game is on, hope everyone is having a fantastic Sunday, hanging out with your boy, watching the Tennessee Titans and the Cincinnati Bengals from last year. Unbelievable. Burrow just kind of threw it up there to anybody, just praying that someone would come up with the grab. All right, Bengals are driving. Shotgun set. Burrow blitz. Oh! Scrambles away. Little check down. Ooh, that was almost a sack lunch. Almost a sack lunch. All right, Clowney. Didn't get the sack there, but definitely pressure right up the middle. Yeah, protection problem to say the least. Woo! Clowney should have had that sack lunch for sure. Woo! Burrow. I can't wait to see him play in 2021. All right, here we go. Shotgun set. Burrow. Flick of the wrist. And complete. We got the Tennessee Titans versus the Cincinnati Bengals, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can on the Cash App or the YouTube Super Chat. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. All right, we got a 33-yard attempt. Randy Bullock. Let's see if he ends up getting the field goal to go through. 33-yarder, kick is up. Right down the middle, and it's good. Okay. I see ya.
Nothing. That really is something. You get a whole lot of something. Policy perks. Can you have a balloon too? Sure. The parents just became a farmer's home policy for 12 consecutive months, right? We are farmers. We quote at 1-800 farmers. What do you call crunch wrap with double the seasoned beef?
All right, 3-0 Bengals. Hope everyone is having a good weekend, man. It's been a long weekend. I mean, obviously going back to work, here on Monday, kind of getting back through the grind. We don't have too many days until we get back into preseason, about 3 weeks away, which is very exciting. And then once we get back into the preseason schedule, the NFL regular season will be right around the corner. I can't wait. And then we get college football back, I believe, in about 4 or 5 Saturdays. I mean, it can't come close enough. I mean, I am just itching and waiting and ready for the opportunity to be able to watch college football again, as well as getting back into the NFL groove. That's big facts. Yeah, I definitely got to get some AC in here. It's a lot hotter than I anticipated. I got a fan here. I got the AC from the other room. But definitely got to get a few things situated until we get into next week. $33-yard field goal by Randy Bullock. Now we finally get to see the Titans get going. Can't wait to see King Henry do his thing. And like I said, I'm getting ready. I am getting ready for this opportunity to watch anything and everything NFL related. Lots of film, lots of reading, a lot of articles. Just a lot of research in general just to get myself ready for the 2021 season, especially watching a lot of college tape from last season to get ready for the rookies that are coming in to 2021. All right, 3-0 Bengals. 9:48 left in the first quarter. Bengals are about to kick off. And then we'll get to see a little Ryan Tannehill action. No Julio Jones just yet, since this was last year, but I can't wait to see that offense with Ryan Tannehill, Julio Jones, A.J. Brown, and as well as King Henry, Derrick Henry. Message from a Golden Eagle. What up, NWSF? Rumors about my Eagles being front runners for Watson. Yes, it's been pretty much all over the news. Nice little return there by the Titans. And like I said, you guys are in the best position to be able to grab him, with a lot of draft picks, a lot of capital. And if you do get Deshaun Watson, definitely you're going to, kind of move towards the top as one of the teams that should be able to compete for not only the NFC East crown, but depending on the health of the roster, should be able to have a pretty good football team, even if you have to bring him in last minute. Deshaun Watson, top 4, quarterback in the league, joining the Eagle roster. Obviously, that would not be good for Jalen Hurts and his stock, but, Deshaun Watson obviously would be a huge upgrade. All right, Tannehill under center. Play action fake, bootleg, rolling to his right. Flick of the wrist. First down, Titans. Jonnu Smith. We'll be able to see him playing for the New England Patriots this upcoming season. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Message from a Golden Eagle if you guys end up picking him up. Obviously, there's a lot more legal shit that needs to go on. And also, too, it's up to Houston to determine if they want to have him on the roster or not. If he's going to play for Houston or hold out, just like Aaron Rodgers is currently for the Green Bay Packers. All right, Tannehill under center. My favorite non-superstar quarterback in the league. Hand off to Henry. Stiff arm. Nice tackle. Is that Sims? Sims with the tackle. Get to see a little bit of Jesse Bates the third, very underrated safety. A lot of people will know his name as we're going into 2021. Got a phone call also from my dad. Had some heart issues, was in the hospital for the last couple days. Definitely worried me a little bit. Love my dad. Called me about a half hour ago before I ended up doing the live stream. So prayers up for my dad. He's out of the hospital now, but anytime a scare when you end up having a family member, go to the hospital for a couple days. Little check down. Nice little check down by Tannehill there. Nice little man in motion to kind of spread out the offense. Little play action fake. Going down to his check down. Perfect. Let's go. Bengals 3, Titans 0. Tannehill in a shotgun set. We got trips left. 3rd down and 5. Tannehill steps up in the pocket, decides to run. Go, go, go. First down, Titans. Move the chains. Man, I can get used to this, man. Like I said, I know, there's, WWE pay-per-view on later today, but anytime there's a game on, obviously I don't have an opportunity to have a TV in here all the time. I had to move the TV from the living room in here since the girlfriend obviously is gone with her family. So I figured I'd, move the TV over in here, call the game. I'm going to be watching the game anyways, so I might as well just hop on and kind of get used to the repetitions and whatnot. Handoff up the middle. Henry, gain of about 3 or 4. Message from a Golden Eagle says, most likely, Orion, I got us doing things in 2023 season. Hope Pops feels better, brother. Yeah, having a little heart scare. He had like a mini stroke, last year or so. And so that was kind of concerning. Had some heart issues, went in there, obviously staying for a couple days, and he's out and he called me. So definitely a little scary, but I think they got it under control with maybe some new medication that he can take. And obviously it sounds like things are going a little bit better. So that's good. Good for my mentals and good for his. Handoff up the middle. Bengals with the stuff. Nice gang tackle by the Bengals. Jermaine Pratt leading the charge. 3rd down and 6. Titans in a little bit of a hurry up. The game is on NFL Network if you guys want to hop on and watch the game with me. Obviously, anything that's on NFL Network, it's usually been Super Bowl classics. Like yesterday was the Panthers with Cam Newton versus the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning and Von Miller. I watched that. Been watching a lot of Shark Week as well. But anytime there's a full game on, I'm getting a TV in here probably next week. But in the meantime, I decided to move the living room TV, which is way too big, 60-inch TV. Tannehill, floater. Oh, baby! Corey Davis with the grab. First down, Titans. Move the chains. What a throw. What a catch. You're not going to see that combination this year since Corey Davis has moved on to the Jets, Jets. But, Julio Jones, hey, I'll take that. Nice route. Burns the corner. Eyes up, hands up. What a completion. Love it. Can't wait for the 2021 season. Going to be very exciting. Titans definitely got to be one of the top 4, top 5 teams in the AFC. Tannehill, play action fake. Pressure coming, rolling to his right. Flick of the wrist. Intercepted. Jesse Bates the third, one of the most underrated safeties in the entire NFL. Woo! Okay, Jesse. Wow, second pick in 3 weeks. And not a lot of people know about Jesse Bates III, probably one of the most underrated, underappreciated, unknown safeties or, secondary position players in the NFL. Always nice to be able to see guys like that being able to, make a big play. And that was in the end zone as well. Awesome play. Yeah, but the TV in here that I got right now, it's like 60-inch TV. It's not on a wall mount. It's just kind of directly behind me. or directly in front of me, in front of obviously the the iMac that I got here. But I'm definitely excited to be able to get the setup exactly the way that I wanted. But I wanted to test out the box and the connections with the HDMI. It looks like everything is working, obviously, since I'm able to, call the game in here. Girlfriend's going to be home in probably about 8 or 9 hours, so I could have gone out and, drank or did some other stuff. But, I figured instead of going out and doing something like that, I'm going to put myself to work, grind like I always do. And get myself kind of prepared for the 2021 season, for preseason, regular season, as well as going into college football 2021 that I am very excited about. It's going to be a fun year. Lots of new rookies, lots of new opportunities for players to step up on new teams, just like Julio on the Titans. Can't wait to be able to see him catch his first touchdown pass from Ryan Tannehill. That's big facts. NFL family, baby. Who loves the NFL more than me? Nobody. Let's go. And Shark Week has been good. I know it's kind of coming to an end. They've been showing some replays from last season, but I think that's one of the shows that I really get excited about. I mean, I don't get too excited about too many shows that, obviously sport-related things I love, and I love History Channel, Discovery, Nat Geo, but when Shark Week comes about, I mean, it is a big event for me. I mean, I try to watch every single day, and it's always a kind of a fun thing to look forward to. And once you go to the MLB All-Star Game and Shark Week, then it's just right around the corner for the NFL season. Hoping the Titans keep Colts on their toes. Oh, they will. Either one of those teams is going to win, the AFC South. It just depends on if Carson Wentz can be Carson Wentz of 2017 or if he's going to struggle. So if he struggles, then the Titans are going to win the division. If he ends up playing pretty good football, then the Colts are going to have a good option to be able to take the division. But I think both teams are going to make the playoffs in the AFC. It just really depends because the Titans offense is going to be lit. Defense might be questionable, but they did add Bud Dupree. The Colts offense is a big fucking question mark. Nice pass by Burrow. But the defense for the Colts could be probably top 10, top 5, maybe even top 3. You got Darius Leonard, a top 3 linebacker in the league. Obviously, you got Kwity Paye from Michigan. You got DeForest Buckner. So, I mean, the defense should be lit, right, for the Colts. Colts and Titans will battle it out. But with that being said, the Chiefs, the Browns, and the Bills, those are the 3 best teams in the AFC on paper right now. And then we got the Bucks, the Rams, and probably the Packers, but then you got the Niners and a few other teams that are going to be lit for the NFC. All right, Burrow. Love seeing Burrow play. Shotgun set. Burrow looking through his progressions. Flick of the wrist. Incomplete. 3-0 Bengals. Still in the first quarter. Island McKifer in the building. How are you, my guy? Got the Warren Sapp jersey on. Feeling good. Got the hard hat. Got the chain. It's NWSF Chain Gang all day, every day. Bengals 3, Titans 0. And I think we got Eagles and Niners on after this. So depending on, how I'm feeling and what I got going on, I might end up doing that game as well. And like I said, it's all about the repetition. It's all about the discipline, getting ready with the film study, the research. And like I said, no one's going to work harder than me. No one will outwork me on the NFL scene or the college football scene. And that's facts. Got to put in the time and the grind. Fumble! Just kidding. Oh, baby. Thrown away. Come on, Burrow. And this is on NFL Network. So if you guys are just looking for something to watch, I've been watching a lot of Shark Week on Discovery Channel. It was a fumble, but Burrow picked it up. I thought it was going to go the other way. He fumbled it. Looked like it was going to bounce right into the Titans' hands. Titans got lucky. Jadeveon Clowney should have already had a sack lunch earlier. But anytime there's a full game, I definitely get excited. I don't care who's playing. Burrow. Flick of the wrist. All right, A.J. Green. A.J. Green no longer on the team as well. We're going to be able to see him catch passes from Kyler Murray. And we'll see if he has maybe a rebirth in his career. Obviously was a top 5 wide receiver for a few years with Andy Dalton. It's kind of fallen off, off the face of the earth. as the flat earthers would say, but maybe we can get him. I don't know. He'll never be a top 10 wide receiver ever again, but hopefully he can end up being a top 20 wide receiver, but he's going to have to put in some work. Definitely has been banged up and injured a lot. AJ Green said, I want that first round pick. I'm also hoping Wentz balls out and stays injury free in 2021. Dude was a machine. He took most sacks in 2020 and still played before he got benched. Facts. Burrow, incomplete. Yeah, facts. 50 times. 50 sack lunches. Yum, 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 yum. That's a lot, to be knocked down that many times. But yeah, I'm hoping the Eagles have a fantastic season, regardless if they get Deshaun Watson or if Jalen Hurts is the guy. I want to be able to see Devontae Smith, Heisman, do big things. But then also I want to be able to see Carson Wentz lead that team to the playoffs and kind of have a rebirth in his career. So bad it hurt Zach Ertz. I would love for him to join, Frank Reich and Carson Wentz because they need some more weapons there, obviously in Indy. Keep Pat McAfee and the boys happy on the Pat McAfee show. But the Titans offense is going to be so much better than the Colts offense. It's just interesting to see if we can get anything. The Titans are kind of like the Cowboys, where the offense is going to be lit, but we have a lot of question marks on the defense. Bud Dupree is going to be there for the Titans. Micah Parsons is going to be there for the Cowboys, the Penn State draft pick. But what are you really going to get? As long as they're just not horrible, then you may be able to get to the playoffs and do something. But to be able to win a AFC, NFC championship game or Super Bowl, you got to have a good defense. And you got to have a good or great defense to be able to win that game and then go, to the Super Bowl and win. That's facts. Message from a Golden Eagle. Bills need Ertz. They're stalling. Hey, they got some weapons there, on Buffalo. I mean, Buffalo could use them. Buffalo needs running backs, like a stud running back more than necessarily a tight end. I think Indy would really use him better. And obviously having the chemistry with Carson Wentz and Frank Reich, that would make the most sense. But to me, the Bills can do without Zach Ertz, but that would definitely give them another weapon. But I think Indy would be the best fit. Bills probably second best fit. But until the Buffalo Bills, get their Jonathan Taylor, until they get their Josh Jacobs from the Raiders, or until they get their Najee Harris, I don't know if the Bills are ever really going to do anything. I mean, you can get to an AFC championship game, but I mean, if it gets to the point where you're playing Cleveland or Kansas City, I don't know. I still got those two teams above Buffalo. I mean, as great as Josh Allen is and Stephon Diggs, is for that roster, I think they can do it again, but you're not going to get past the Cleveland Browns or, the Kansas City Chiefs, in my opinion, without a running back. You need a running back, a stud 3-down back for Buffalo. Once they get theirs, then you can compete with Kansas City and obviously with Cleveland. But who will it be? When will it be? And obviously, I'm looking for Tampa Bay to be able to get ours at some point. We got Rojo, we got Fournette, Giovanni Bernard, and it's a nice change of pace backs. But I'm really excited to be able to get my running back, my Josh Jacobs, my Jonathan Taylor, my Najee Harris. Eventually, I was hoping maybe Doug Martin would be the guy, but I mean, no one can compare to work done in Mike Allstott when I had them. And you'll probably never get anyone as good as Mike Allstott ever again for my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But having a Fournette really step up him and Rojo, because McCoy didn't really play, Shady McCoy. But having Fournette and Rojo, they're kind of probably one of the more underrated duo running backs. People didn't really expect a whole lot of them. Fournette at one point was a top 5 running back and then kind of scaled back to being probably a top 15 running back, but really stepped up, obviously, on the back end of the season from December and into the playoffs. Talked to my boy Joey Gomez today as well. Told him that he's going to have to come out here so we can talk Chargers and talk NFL. So I'm hopefully going to get him in the building here in the next couple weeks. And like I said, it's just getting ready for the NFL season. We're getting closer and closer to preseason. I'm going to get a TV in here permanently, probably next week. Me and the girlfriend are going to be looking for a TV in here, a nice HD 40 to 60 inch. Because right now I just took the TV from the living room and put it in here, just to see if I could get all the connections to work. Tannehill under center, handoff. Nice gain. Foreman with the gain. Gain of about 5 or 6 right there. Hopefully everyone is having a fantastic Sunday. I know a lot of people are busy, getting ready for the WWE pay-per-view. They got other shit that's going on. But like I said, anytime I can take advantage and put in some work and call a game and enjoy it. Like I said, I was going to watch this game anyways in the bedroom, but I said, fuck it. I'm going to move this 60-inch TV that's way too big for this room. No wall mount. and to say, fuck it, call the game, enjoy the time, hang out with the fans, play action fake, bootleg, rolling to his left, Tannehill tucks it very close to the first down marker. And if you're in the room, holla at me. Let me know you're in the room. Talk with me, Let me know. I know some people are in there and they usually don't talk or comment in the chat. They usually just like to watch the game and watch me talk. But hey, let me know you're here. If you have any questions that you want to address NFL-wise, this could be an NFL Q&A for you as well. Like I said, if you want to ask about your team, ask about a record, ask about draft picks, any questions related to the NFL, college football, or sports in general, fire away. Your boy is here, grinding. Tannehill, handoff. Woo! Henry. Let's go. Bucks win Super Bowl. Bucks winning the NBA Finals. Very interesting, right? And Game 5 was critical because about 70 to 72% of the time when a team wins Game 5, the Suns needed to win that game to win the NBA Finals. For them to go back-to-back and win the last 2 games, it's not impossible. But, yeah, I definitely think that Milwaukee now is going to win. Even if the Suns win Game 6 and try to force a Game 7, I would be shocked if Phoenix ends up winning the championship. Tannehill? Nice. Go, go, go. Corey Davis. First down, Titans. Move the chains. And I think the Bucks have a great shot to repeat. Obviously we're going to have to, get it done, win the division, win the NFC South, and just see what happens. But if we get to the NFC Championship game, I don't care if it's against the Rams, the Niners, the Packers, whoever it is. I'll take our chances. I really like this roster and everything they did in the draft. Everyone's coming back, all 22 starters, even the kicker, handoff up the middle, gain of 2. But I'm excited to see what Tampa can do. And if we do go for 2, that's obviously the main goal. Try to maximize the opportunities you have while Tom Brady is here. Patrick Mahomes, a little live looking against the Jets, going long, going deep, threading the needle, touchdown, Chiefs, Tyreek the freak hill. Tannehill overthrows Corey Davis, incomplete. And I love Tannehill. That's another big reason I wanted to do this game. Obviously with Ryan Tannehill, he's my favorite non-superstar quarterback in the league. Very underrated. Definitely think that he can take the Titans to a Super Bowl. Now, winning the Super Bowl, that's something totally else. No bias. Who wins if it would have been Browns versus Bucks in Super Bowl 55? I think the Bucks. I don't know if anyone was stopping them. If you watched in December, in November, I predicted that they would go undefeated in December. I don't think anyone was beating Tampa Bay last year. Obviously, when you end up going 4-0, in December, then you go in and you beat Washington, Heineke for Meineke. Then you go in and you beat Drew Brees and the Saints. Then you go in and you beat Aaron Rodgers, and then you beat Patrick Mahomes, or if it would have been Cleveland. Obviously, Cleveland's defense was pretty good. They had that nice, solid running game. But let's be honest, with JPP, Shaq Barrett, Vita Vea, Ndamukong Suh, Devin White, Levante David, we would have got to Baker Mayfield. And I think it would have been tough for them to score points. Shit, if Patrick Mahomes wasn't able to get a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl, who's to say that Baker Mayfield was going to be able to get a touchdown pass? They might have been able to run in the Super Bowl, but I still think that the Bucks would have ended up winning against Cleveland. It might have even been a bigger blowout. Field goal attempt is up. No good. Long field goal attempt right there, too. Gostkowski. Kansas City was, arguably one of the best teams in the NFL. And I just think that, with them and the roster, with last year, I don't think anyone. Now if it would have been Green Bay and the Browns, if Green Bay would have beat Tampa Bay, and if the Browns would have beat Kansas City, then it was Green Bay and the Browns, then that would have been interesting. Then that might have been able to go either way. But I think you're going to see a better Baker Mayfield. Obviously, Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb are the best duo at running back. OBJ should hopefully have a comeback, bounce-back season. Jarvis Landry, Njoku. So offensive line has been greatly improved, with Jedrick Wills Jr. from Bama. Obviously, Jack Conklin coming over from the Titans. Big loss for the Titans, big addition for the Browns last season. And then the defense is getting better and better and better. So it wouldn't surprise me, going into this season. Kansas City still has to be the favorite in the AFC. Tampa Bay has to be the favorite in the NFC. But if the Rams or the Packers, if Rodgers plays, ends up representing, or the Niners or another team, it wouldn't shock me that much. I mean, it's hard to be able to get back to the Super Bowl in back-to-back years. And if Kansas City gets knocked off, you better believe that the Browns or the Bills or another team like the Titans or Colts, I mean, they are going to have to play a perfect game or pray for some injuries. Matt Payton from Hawaii in the building. What to do, man? How are you? Your boys grinding, just getting ready for the NFL season and the college football season. Go Ducks. I can't wait to be able to call Ducks games. I'm going to be going to Eugene. I'm definitely going to be able to get some front row seats behind the Duck bench. And man, if I don't get front row, 5 rows back, 10 rows back, I'm going to be there having a great time, drinking, smoking, eating the bratwurst and the dogs and doing my thing. But definitely very, very excited for this upcoming season. Going to have a lot of special co-hosts with your boy, probably about 5 or 10 this season. And it's going to be exciting to be able to get back into the rhythm. And that's a big part of me doing, these kind of games when they come on. Girlfriend is gone, obviously doing some wine tasting with her mom and her family. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to bring in the living room TV in here. 60-inch TV, way too big, not even on a wall mount. Just wanted to see if I could get everything to work in here. And everything is good. So now I just got to get a 40 to 60-inch wall mount and a TV in here next week. And then, like I said, I'll be doing more and more of these until we get into the preseason. And then I'll be doing a lot of preseason games, lots of college football, and obviously a lot of the regular season games as well. I remember asking you, Ryan, before the Super Bowl, a blowout, and we were like, nah, because of Chiefs offense, right? Right. And we thought, we thought that the Mahomes would still be able to get something going. But obviously with those offensive linemen being out, it showed to be that my defensive line and defensive front was a lot better than people were giving them credit for. That's facts. You got to have offensive line and defensive line. I mean, a lot of people say it's the quarterback. Yeah, that's important. But having a good O-line and D-line and the battle in the trenches, that's really what makes the wheels go in a car that we call the NFL. You got to be able to control the tempo. You got to be able to push guys around. You got to be able to pancake guys, run block, pass block, pull. And obviously with Mahomes' talent, I mean, a lot of people think, including myself, at this point, based off his age, best quarterback in the NFL right now with him, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Brady, maybe around that 4, 5, 6 range, even though he's old. But if you don't have time, you're going to be running for your life like he did, 500 yards roughly running for his life and not even throwing a touchdown pass. It still shocks me to this day that they didn't even throw for 1 touchdown pass, and we won by that much. Tampa Bay, obviously, we got points with Brady and Gronk and AB. I get it. But let's give credit to the defense and the offensive line. I mean, that's my favorite part of the team anyways. I mean, I know we got Mike Evans and Godwin and AB and Gronk and O.J. Howard and Cameron Braid and all those guys. I get it. But, I mean, I love the offensive line more with, like, Jensen and Tristan Wirfs. I love those guys more because it's the hogs, the dirty guys, the guys that get into the nitty-gritty, the guys that don't get appreciated. I love those guys, and that's why I got to shout them out. And obviously, I love my defense. I love linebackers, D tackles, D ends, secondary, corners, safeties, and all about Carlton Davis, Sean Murphy Bunting, obviously, and all the rest. Jamel Dean, Antoine Winfield Jr., Edwards. I mean, we had a nice collective young unit, the Gravediggers, which is the Tampa Bay Buccaneer defense. We're the real deal Holyfield, and I'm ready to come and really do big things as we go into 2021, and that's big facts. Mariners are doing better this season. Let's go. And obviously with Kellenick and obviously with, certain rookies, hopefully Julio will be coming up and having a full-time role. But I don't really see them being any World Series worthy team anytime soon. But there's a lot of young prospects and a lot of young talent for the Mariners as well. I got to go up to Seattle sometime before we get into NFL season. Obviously money has been a little bit tight, but I think we're getting to a point now, hopefully if I can save up after I get the TV and the AC unit in here, that I can end up going into at least a game, in Seattle. I usually like to go to like the bobblehead days, the promotional days, but I definitely need to make a trip up to Seattle. Facts. Matt Payton, looking at Oregon, do you think you win the Pac-12 this year for the 3rd time in a row? Absolutely. There's going to be a little bit of competition with a few of the other teams. There's definitely going to be, some USC battles, and there's going to be, obviously that Ohio State game will probably be an L, going to Ohio State even though they were supposed to come to Oregon last season and they had to reschedule. But besides that game, I think we can win pretty much every single game on the schedule for the most part. So I think we are going to go to the Pac-12 championship. I think we can win the Rose Bowl and get there, have a better team than last year. Obviously, with Penei Sewell sitting out, that definitely hurt us. And playing Iowa State in the bowl, we didn't really represent the Pac-12 accordingly. But I think as we move forward, I think it'll be better. And I'm excited to see Kayvon Thibodeau in the last season before we go into the NFL draft, where he'll probably be a top 5 pick. And that's facts.
Between the Titans and the Bengals.
All right, second quarter. 3-0 Bengals. Both teams should be able to find their rhythm here in just a little bit. But yeah, Matt Payton, I definitely think Oregon is going to tear it up this season. I can't wait to call games for Oregon. Like I said, it's going to be awesome to see Kayvon Thibodeau and all the guys coming in from high school, joining the squad. We're going to have a nice, solid team with obviously Mario Cristobal and all the great recruiting that he's been doing these last few years. I mean, I follow all the recruiting status of all the players, and we keep bringing in, 5-star, 4-star, 3-star guys. It's going to be awesome to be able to see the development of Oregon. I don't know if we're ever going to be natty worthy, handoff up the middle, gain of about 1 or 2. But if we can keep going to Rose Bowls, hopefully we can build the team up to a point where we can compete with like an Alabama, a Clemson, Ohio State. But as we know in college football, those are kind of the powerhouses. If it's not Alabama, it's Clemson. If it's not Clemson, it's typically Ohio State. And if it's not Ohio State, I mean, who is it? I mean, it's going to be tough to compete with any of those type of teams, but I'm hoping at one day that we'll be able to. I heard all college athletes get paid and also get an extra year of college sports, like 4 years instead of 5 or 6. Going to be interesting to see with the money. I mean, there's still going to be people, boosters, giving illegal money, illegal gifts, passing complete. What happened to my hands? Come on, AJ Green. Catch the damn ball. But yeah, college athletes getting paid. It's long overdue. We need to get the NCAA college football game back in the swing of things. Obviously playing that compared to Madden, a lot funner. And just being able to have college sports get back into the swing of things, obviously, as we go into 2021. Alabama is always going to be that powerhouse team. It's almost impossible to beat them. But I'm excited for Oregon's chances to win the Pac-12, absolutely. And I'm excited to go to the games this year. I didn't get a chance to go last year due to COVID, but I'm definitely going to be going this season, at least a few times. My goal is to go about 3 or 4 times this season. Nice grab. First down, Bengals. Move the chains. Whew, big hit. Tate with the grab. John Ross, another guy for them, could just never stay on the damn field. Checking the spot. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Sunday, we got Bengals and Titans live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Handoff up the middle. Nice gang tackle by the Titans. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can to the Cash App, $ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. NWSF Chain Gang in the building. This game is on NFL Network. So if you guys are just bored like normally I am on the weekends, unless I'm reading, doing research, watching film study, been watching a lot of Shark Week, but I'm also been watching a lot of NFL Network too. Pac-12 Network also, to be able to watch some of the old Oregon games as well. False start, offense. Number 77. Come on, Bengals, get your shit together. So many penalties for Cincinnati. 29th offensive penalty. Unexcusable. Come on, Zach Taylor, get your shit together. Get your team together. 18th false start. Holy shit. Burrow, flick of the wrist. Nice catch. Tyler Boyd, avoid the Boyd. Nice grab. Just a yard shy or two of the first down marker. Let's see the pressure from the Titans here. Woo! Double teamed. Simmons. Tyler Boyd, very underrated. 3-0 Bengals. Bengals on the 25-yard line, driving for a touchdown. Man in motion. Burrow, play action fake. Bootleg, rolling to his right. Wow. First down, Bengals. How the fuck did he get that in there? Thread the fucking needle. Man, he threaded that. There was not a whole lot of room there for him to get it to Carter. The game is on NFL Network as well, like I mentioned. So if you guys want to watch the game with me, hop on NFL Network and watch the game with your boy. All right. Bengals are driving. This seems like a touchdown drive to me. They got the Titans on their heels. Now we got some kind of penalty or timeout here. Are they challenging this? What's going on here? Cincinnati Bengals 3, Titans 0. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. This game was from last season. I believe it was week 8 last season in November. A good opportunity to watch two teams play. 5-1 Titans, 5-1 Bengals as we're going into the 2021 season. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe, Cash App, or the YouTube Super Chat. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. Are the Giants going to win the NFC East? I definitely think they're one of the top teams to do that. I mean, the NFC East is so hard to predict. Washington football team, they got it last year, but usually teams in the NFC East don't repeat as NFC East champions from year to year. But they do have a good balance offense and defense, so you got to have them kind of towards the top. Giants have made a lot of improvements with, Kenny Golladay, bringing in Kadarius Toney from Florida, bringing in some good defensive players as well. So it's all really up to Danny Dimes. He's really the X factor for the Giants. I love Joe Judge, the head coach. I think the Giants could definitely win or get a wild card, but I think they're going to end up making the playoffs this season, the Giants. And then you got the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott. They're only going to go as far as Dak takes them. Obviously, you got Micah Parsons on the defense. The defense was horrible for the Cowboys. What will they be this year? Average? Bad? As long as they're not horrible, they're going to have a chance to get in the playoffs if Dak plays the whole year, just because that offense should be humming. And then the Eagles, they're probably on the team on the bottom end of the list, on the outside looking in. But if they get Deshaun Watson, then they got to move up on the pecking order, obviously as one of the better teams that has a shot to either win or to make a wild card. So it really is yet to be determined, but I definitely think the Giants could win the NFC East. I definitely think they could get a wild card, but either way, I think they can make the playoffs. Out of the teams that I think that are going to make the big jump this season, the Giants and the Niners are my two teams in the NFC, and then I think the Chargers got to be the team in the AFC that makes a big leap from last season to this season. That's my personal opinion. So lots of teams are going to improve. Usually you get a worst to first or a third to first situation. But I definitely like the Giants. I thought that they were a team that could have made the playoffs last year if Saquon didn't get hurt. Obviously if Saquon goes down, that's a big part of the team. You need to have someone like that healthy throughout the full season. And you need Danny Dimes to be accurate. This is his last chance. If Danny Dimes doesn't get it done this year, they're going to move on from him and go for a draft pick or get someone in free agency that can actually win for that roster. Facts. Training camp, baby. July 26th. We're almost there. All right, call on the field is a completed pass. This is on NFL Network. So if you guys, want to hop on and watch the game with your boy, that's what channel it's on. Second quarter, Bengals 3, Titans 0. Blitz coming. Burrow going long, going deep. Flag. Woo! Jonathan Joseph covering some ground in the end zone. Yep. Defensive pass interference all over his ass. Automatic first down. Yeah, that was close. Woo! Good defense, though. Yeah, I'm not sure if, I mean, he's on him right there, and he gives him a little bit of a push. Good awareness to get the hand up. Shotgun set, Burrow, hands off. Touchdown, Bengals! Let's go. I knew that was a touchdown drive. P. Ryan with the touchdown. Okay, P. Ryan, I see you. Samaje. All right, extra point going to be up here in just a second. Currently 9-0 Bengals. All right. Randy Bullock, kicker for the Cincinnati Bengals with the attempt. Attempt is up. Right down the fucking middle, and it's good. Questionable pass interference call. I mean, you could have had it either way right there, but felt like a touchdown drive, and they ended up getting one. 10:26 in the second quarter, 10-0 Bengals.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them.
Matt Payton, yeah, keep firing off the questions, man. Anyone that hops in the building, make sure you hang out and talk to your boy. Do you think Aaron Rodgers will play this season for Green Bay or another team this season? Great question. I think at this point, if he was going to get traded to Denver, it would have already happened already. Obviously, he has dreams to be the Jeopardy host, either, part-time while he's the quarterback at Green Bay or another team. But at this point, he's not going to be on Green Bay probably the following year. They're going to move on from him. So at this point, it's either Aaron Rodgers will sit or he's going to play for Green Bay. I don't think he's going to get traded at this point because, Green Bay is not going to be able to get enough draft capital or something fair for Aaron Rodgers. Once he ends up leaving or if they get something, later on the following season, but they're praying that he'll end up, just saying, fuck it, I need the money, or I just want to play. Because obviously with Devontae Adams, he might be on the way out after this season, and he ends up going to the Raiders, and he plays with his former teammate at Fresno State, your boy, Carr. So, David Carr, Derek Carr, the Carr family, one quarterback was able to get it done, for the Raiders, but still is criticized. And the other one, is now on NFL Network as an analyst, couldn't get it done for the Houston Texans. So Derek Carr and obviously, your boy Adams, had a nice 1-2 relationship at Fresno State. So I would assume that, depending on what Rodgers does, Adams might follow suit. Because if you lose Adams and then you lose Rodgers, I mean, where's Green Bay at that point? So at this point, I would say there's a pretty good chance that he'll come back to Green Bay disgruntled and he'll just maybe, play. But if he's so pissed off at Kuntz and LaFleur, then maybe he says, fuck it, and just sits out and then waits till, the following year and then they'll trade him. But it's not a good look at this point where they haven't really been able to come under any agreement. And he doesn't need the money, and he's newly married, to his new wifey. So, and obviously if Green Bay doesn't have him, they're going to go from a top 3 team in the NFC to, a kind of a bad, shitty team in Green Bay. I mean, I don't think they're going to be that good without Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it'd be surprising if Jordan Love can get that team to the playoffs. At that point, I would probably assume that the Vikings with Kirk Cousins would be able to win the NFC North. But I know Green Bay fans are probably hoping Aaron Rodgers would not hold out. Yep. Just like Le'Veon Bell, exactly. But, I mean, based on what we've seen, it seems like Rodgers is an incredibly intelligent guy. I mean, if you watch Pat McAfee show, he was on there pretty much every Tuesday, got to learn about who he is. Great guy, awesome quarterback. Handoff up the middle, Henry. Rumbling and a bumbling for about 9 yards right there. But it's tough to say. It just depends on Rodgers himself. If he wants to play for them. I mean, he probably was mad that LaFleur had so much control as well as Gutekunst. But, I mean, Green Bay's hoping. That he just says, fuck it, I'll play one more year for you guys and then trade me or I'm going to go somewhere else. But it doesn't look like you're going to, he's not going to get traded this season. If it was going to happen, it would have happened already. So it's either a sit out or play. Those are the two options. Woo! Henry bouncing outside. First down, Titans. Move the chains. 13-yard game by King Henry. Getting 2,000 yards and not having one offensive lineman get a Pro Bowl nod. Shame on you, NFL. Love me some King Henry. Henry again. There you go. Gain of about 6 or 7. Yeah, Devontae Adams, but the thing is Devontae Adams might not want to sign any kind of extension there. If you got Jordan Love, right, or Aaron Rodgers, that's a big difference. You know what I mean? And if you can go back and play with Carr, your teammate from Fresno State, and go to the Raiders and try to make something there, I might want to do that instead of playing with Jordan Love and then that Green Bay franchise. Because, if you're going to do your quarterback dirty like that, what makes you think they're not going to do Adams dirty at some point? And that would be huge for the Raiders with the silver and black getting a guy like Devontae Adams. That could really change the future. They're not going to be as good as Kansas City, but you'd be able to compete with the Chargers, and obviously Denver would be probably at the bottom. And they're hoping for Aaron Rodgers there as well. So, but after next year, you might not have Rodgers or Adams on Green Bay. They could end up being a top 3 team in the NFC to not a bottom 3 team, but maybe one of the worst teams in the NFC. Definitely not at the top anymore if you lose those 2 guys. Unless Jordan Love shows out, but I doubt it. Handoff up the middle. Bouncing outside. Freeman. Nice run. Cincinnati Bengals 10, Titans 0. Oh, it was Foreman, not Freeman. Foreman with the carry. Yeah, but if you don't know Aaron Rodgers' future right now, if I'm Devontae Adams, I'm not signing any fucking extension. Because playing with Aaron Rodgers or playing with Jordan Love, that's 2 totally different situations. Nice run by Foreman. All right, Titans are driving on the 20. Tannehill. Ooh, just got it away to Foreman. Wow, that was close. Woo, that was close. We got Bengals 10, Titans 0, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can to the Cash App, $ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, a link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. All right, Titans. Tannehill under center, handoff up the middle. King Henry. Oh, big fucking hit. Woo. 2-4. I see you. Smash the shit out of King Henry right there. All right, Bell, I see you. Third down conversions. Bengals 4 for 6. Titans 2 for 3. Just getting myself acclimated and getting myself ready for the NFL season. Definitely excited for the upcoming season for college football as well as the NFL. Isaac Sadio in the building. Northwest Sports Fanatic. Is the game live because can't see any game when I look it up on Google. I thought it was preseason. Yeah, preseason is in August. This is on NFL Network. So obviously NFL Network is showing a lot of the games from last season. They usually do like Super Bowl classics, like they did the Panthers and the Broncos yesterday. So I felt that anytime NFL Network shows full games, regardless if it's from last year or beyond, I felt like, this is an opportunity for me to be able to watch the game because I love watching film, breaking down players, breaking down the teams, the coaching, the O-line, breaking down all facets of the game. And then, they were going to show this game. I was going to watch it already. So I moved the TV from the living room in here into the studio before I get my flat screen next week. And I figured I would just, enjoy calling the game. And it's from last season. It's from week 8 in 2020. So no Julio Jones. It's not preseason just yet. Preseason comes in about 3 weeks. In about 3 weeks from today, around that time period, you're going to end up getting some football. But in the meantime, your boy's itching for football. I'm always itching for football. Wanted to get kind of acclimated, doing the live play-by-play and reactions. And when the preseason hits, I'll be doing a lot of the preseason games as well as regular season reaction videos, original content. I got to keep busy. The channel isn't, just during, August through February. This is 365, 24/7 all year round. So, for me, I'm always interested in any football game that they're going to show. Yeah, it's football, man. Like I said, anytime it's a Super Bowl, it's a classic game. And obviously, if Burrow is on, Tannehill, I love these two quarterbacks. I just love football in general, probably more than most people. So, when the games are on, I'm going to watch. Kyle Hero in the building. I'm a Saints fan. Saints in the building. What to do? Tannehill. Woo! Incomplete. And I think we got the Eagles and the Niners on full game on NFL Network after this. And then obviously we got, the WWE pay-per-view coming up here today. But I canceled my subscription last month, but now we have fans coming back. So I might, depending on what I decide to do, I might end up having it. Obviously, the fans coming back on SmackDown was exciting to see, obviously, for wrestling fans that I love, WWE and AEW. Uh-oh, King Henry right up the middle. Touchdown, Titans. King Henry, bang, bang, bang. Oh, hitting the gritty. Let's go. Nice. Now we got to wait for the extra point. Nice run. Now we got an injury by the Bengals secondary. Oh, Phillips down with the injury. King Henry with a big touchdown. And this was from week 8 in 2020 last season. Finally, we get the Titans on the board. I was going to say, about goddamn fucking time. Darius Phillips, 5'10", 190 pounds, 25 from Western Michigan, down for the Bengals. Let's watch the injury again. Oh, it was almost like an Achilles or something. He went down like he got shot immediately. No contact either. That's a scary sign. Anytime you see a guy go down with no contact around him, and it's his leg, and he just goes down like he was shot, usually it's an Achilles. And that's usually season ending, unfortunately. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. NFL Network is having a showcase of games from last season. So your boys working hard and grinding and getting ready for the NFL season in 2021. Goskowski with the extra point, and it's good. Second quarter, 10-7 Bengals. 6:04 left in the second quarter. Hopefully everyone is having a fantastic day. Love you guys and appreciate you guys very, very much. Who do you think the Saints quarterback is going to be? Jameis Winston. Obviously, Jameis Winston. You can see. I am a Buccaneers fan through and through. Got the Warren Sapp jersey on. Obviously, grinding like I always do. But you got to give it to Jameis Winston because Taysom Hill obviously couldn't get it done last season as a starting quarterback. He is a Swiss Army knife. He's better at running back, fullback, a change of pace quarterback, tight end, special teams, kick returner, punt returner. He's a Swiss Army knife. So let Taysom Hill be the Swiss Army knife. That's a strength to obviously the Saints moving forward. Let Jameis have the role until he loses it. Then you can put Taysom Hill in for the rest of the season. But at some point, you're going to have to get someone better than Jameis or Taysom Hill. You're going to have to draft someone or get someone in free agency. But I think, without a shadow of a doubt, it should be Jameis Winston, unless he just plays like shit in preseason, plays like shit in practice where they can't count on him. He just keeps throwing, 3, 4, 5 interceptions, in training camp and preseason. If that happens, then maybe they have to go Taysom Hill. But I think that, you got to give Jameis at least a shot, since that's the only position he can play. He can't play any other position besides quarterback. And with that being said, who knows if he can even play quarterback that well. So we'll have to wait and see what he does. But you got to go Jameis Winston, in my personal opinion. Savage OD, who dat? You dat. What to do? Matt Payton, I guess SmackDown is getting a little bit better after adding Finn Balor. Well, also adding fans. When you have fans in the building, everything is going to be better. And obviously, I was worried about WWE. I knew AEW was doing big things, but now it's like, if you get the fans back, you really feel that energy, hairs start standing up on your arms, you get goosebumps, and obviously fans make wrestling. We know this. Facts. Isaac said, I'm a Broncos fan. We are a mess. We need a QB. I still think Locke could be solid, but I don't know if he could be the long-term solution quarterback for the Broncos. Isaac, I'll tell you right now, Drew Lock or Teddy Two Gloves, they're not the answer. You know what I mean? Locke has some potential. Teddy Two Gloves is just, a game manager quarterback, but you're correct. If you could get Aaron Rodgers, that's going to be the best case scenario for you guys. But neither one of those guys are the long-term answer. You can have short-term, I don't even want to say success, because you got to think, you're going to be battling the Raiders, right, for third place probably in that division, because Kansas City is going to win the division in the AFC West. Chargers should get second if Herbert obviously stays healthy. You get Derwin James and the rest of the roster, Keenan Allen. So it'll be up to you and the Raiders battling it out for third in the AFC West. And even Carr is better than the quarterbacks that you have right now. So you are correct. You definitely need to move on from those two guys and either get someone in free agency or draft someone, because neither one of those guys, you don't go from John Elway to Peyton Manning and to go from those guys. You know what I mean? It's like you've gone through other quarterbacks that just haven't worked out. And these guys are just filler quarterbacks, but it's not good enough. Same thing for the Saints. Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill are short-term Band-Aids, but they're not the long-term answer for your teams to have success. And that's big facts. If you want to go to the playoffs and make a deep run, you got to have someone better than Jameis or Taysom Hill, and you got to have someone better than Drew Lock or Teddy Two Gloves, Teddy Bridgewater. Nice run. First down, Bengals. Giovanni Bernard now on my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Taysom Hill is going to be the starter for the Saints, Matt Payton says. We'll see. We will see. Kyle says, how do you think Jameis will do? Honestly, I think he's going to struggle. I mean, you could throw for a lot of yards, but you got to have chemistry. You don't have a solid number 2 wide receiver. You're hoping Traquan Smith and some of these other guys can step up. But Emmanuel Sanders was a number 2 wide receiver. If Michael Thomas has an injury, you're fucked. And obviously no more Jared Cook there, even though he had fumbling problems. You have AK-41. Burrow, play action fake. Nice catch. First down, Bengals. But I think that, you're hoping that he can have 30 touchdown passes. But how many interceptions, is Jameis going to have? And it all depends on the record, the wins and losses and the turnovers. How many fumbles he has, how many interceptions he has, what he does on third down. It'll be interesting to see. But Isaac says, I think Jameis could revive his career. But again, you don't have a whole lot of weapons. There, you know what I mean? You got AK-41 and you got Michael Thomas, but who else? You don't really have a solid number 2 wide receiver. You're hoping Traquan Smith could step up to be that number 2 guy. But remember, this is not Drew Brees, And look at my team, with Jameis, winning like 6-7 games, then bring in Tom Brady with essentially the same team and I win the Super Bowl. You can't go 33 touchdowns, 30 picks, throw for 5,000 yards and think that you're going to go to the Super Bowl and win. I mean, you can't turn the football over, and whoever the turnover machine is in the NFL, it's Jameis. So, yeah, I got LASIK eye surgery. I get it. You know what I mean? And hopefully he ends up, having a better season than he had with Tampa in previous years. But I don't think he's the long-term answer. And think about this. If Jameis has a bad year, that might be the last year that he starts for any team in the NFL. Because if he has a bad year with that great offensive line, AK-41 and Michael Thomas, who the fuck is going to want Jameis Winston as their starting quarterback? Absolutely fucking nobody. You would rather go Marcus Mariota or someone like that as a starter rather than Jameis Winston. Little pitch, Bernard, nice tackle. gang tackle by the Titans. That's just my personal opinion, but we'll have to wait and see. But I don't see the Saints making the playoffs this year. I mean, you guys had the most wins out of any regular season team in the last 4 years, but usually you have about a 4 to 5 year run and you got to rebuild. Now, if Drew Brees was still there, then you guys still would be, a solid team, even though Brees' arm is getting older and older and he's getting older and older. But again, it's all about keeping the football and obviously not turning it over. And that's what Jameis is kind of known for. So is it bad that as Saints fan, I hope we get a bad record this year to get a better draft? No, that's exactly what I've been telling Saints fans. I've been telling people like that and the Eagles fans as well. You have a bad year, right? You get a high draft pick, right? You miss the playoffs for 1 year. You get your future quarterback, and then maybe you have 4 or 5 great years after that. Sometimes you need to take a step backwards to go 10 steps forward. So, I mean, when you're in a position like that, it would be smarter. I mean, you're not going to tank, but if the Eagles have a bad year and they finish in 4th, or the Saints have a bad year and finish like 3rd, maybe the Panthers beat them for 2nd place, but they don't make the playoffs either. But if you win, let's say 7 to 9 games and you don't make the playoffs, but then you can get the future QB in the draft, or you get someone in free agency that's better, and then you can end up moving forward. I mean, I would take that trade-off. 1 bad year for 5 or 6 good years, yeah. Or you end up being like 500, Burrow, floater, incomplete. But if you end up having like a 500 record or being like 8-9, 9-8, which is what I'm kind of predicting for the Saints right now, and you're still middle of the pack, the record's not going to be good enough draft status-wise unless you trade up to get that quarterback of the future, like a Sam Howell, maybe from North Carolina. But we know Spencer Rattler from Oklahoma, he'll probably win the Heisman. He'll be the number 1 pick in the draft, probably go to Houston and try to revitalize Houston as the dumpster fire of the NFL. No one wants to go there, right? But I mean, I agree. Kyle, you know what? I think that some Saints fans, that are delirious think that they're going to win 12, 13 games. That's not happening, right? You're hoping that Jameis and Taysom Hill can put it together because your offensive line is great. You got a good coach in Sean Payton. The defense lost some pieces too. And obviously with Anyamata, 6-game suspension with either the PEDs or whatever he put in his body. Sheldon Rankins gone. Janoris Jenkins gone. Yeah, you got Cameron Jordan. You got, certain pieces there. DeMario Davis, a.k.a. the glue, still there. Lattimore's still there. But you lost pieces. So the team is nowhere near, full strength like it has been the last 4 years. So maybe having an off year, that way you can take 1 step backwards to go 10 steps forward. That's what I would want. If I was a Saints fan, I would say, fuck it. You know what I mean? Let's just, not tank on purpose, but if we have a bad year and then you get your future QB that's better than Jameis and Taysom, you can have Taysom do his regular role, kind of floating around, doing a lot of things, and then move on from Jameis. That's going to be beneficial for you guys long term. I would be shocked if Jameis is the long-term answer for you guys, because I don't think anyone really honestly believes that he can win you a Super Bowl. He's just not good enough. That's facts. Isaac says, yes, hopefully Winston could revive his career, but the Saints should definitely draft a QB if Winston doesn't work out. Well, I think they're going to draft a QB regardless if he works out or not. Because if they make the playoffs and they win 10 games, you know what I mean, as a wild card, they're not winning the Super Bowl. Let's just be honest. I mean, there's a lot of other teams that are going to be better than the Saints. You got Tampa Bay, Green Bay if Rodgers is there, the Rams with Matthew Stafford, the Niners with Trey Lance or Garoppolo, Seattle with Russell Wilson, Arizona with Kyler Murray, and that's just to name a few. And then maybe even a team like Minnesota, with Justin Jefferson, Thielen, nice grab by Higgins right there, and obviously Kirk Cousins. There's a lot of other teams, bubble teams, and then maybe a Washington or a Dallas. I mean, if they get in, they're going to be one of the worst teams, like a wild card team. They'll be the 6th or 7th team in the playoffs, and they'll probably get bounced in the first round. So that's just my personal opinion. So don't get me wrong, I'd love for Jameis to do well, but as a Saints fan, we have to be realistic. He's not the future. Exactly. See, this is a breath of fresh air, Kyle, to be able to talk to a Saints fan that actually, kind of thinks like how I think. I'm not hating on the Saints. I love all the teams in the NFL, all 32. I don't have bias. I call it how I see it. I'm not a typical football fan that likes to talk shit and put down other teams and players in the division that we're in, or other, players or teams that aren't my own team. I like for the Saints to succeed. I want to see the Panthers get better with Darnold. I want to see Kyle Pitts, and depending on how long Matt Ryan's going to be there, I want to see them be better. I want to see the Lions and Bengals have some fucking success, before I die. That's just the personal feeling that I have. But, It is what it is. I mean, every football fan is different. I think when you're younger, you'll talk a lot more shit about the other teams, but as you mature and you get older and you have an appreciation for the NFL like I do, I love all the teams. I enjoy everyone out there. I mean, if you're great, you're great. You know what I mean? I'm not going to hate on greatness. I love the NFL, probably more than anyone on fucking planet Earth. That's facts. Matt Payton said, me too. I love all the teams. Facts. So I got $125 on Vikings over Bengals. -3. Panthers over Jersey, 4.5. Rams over the Bears. Bills, money line. Jags over Texans. Packers over Saints. Brendan Edwards, hey, it all depends on when we get into week 1. But before we get into week 1, right, we got to be able to see injuries in preseason. And obviously we have one less game, in preseason. So they're not going to be playing a lot of the starters until probably week 3, that last game, and probably only for a half. Some starters probably won't play at all in preseason. But I'm interested to see what's going to happen. There's definitely a lot of upsets on week 1 too. So you got to keep that in mind. Go back and look at history, right, Brendan? There's a lot of upsets in week 1. So it'll be hard to make money in week 1. Sometimes you'll get some underdogs, that'll end up kind of surprising a lot of people, but I'm excited for this season. And also too, we don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be on the Packers or if he's sitting out, but I don't think he's going to get traded, because if he was going to get traded to the Broncos, which is the most logical spot, he would have gotten traded there already. But, we'll see. I mean, the NFL is crazy. You never know. You think Stafford will win MVP? Ooh, that's bold. We got to wait and see if he can do it. I mean, you had Megatron, you had some defenses that were halfway decent. Definitely he hasn't achieved as much in the career, in Detroit, but who would? I mean, Detroit is a hard place to win. But now you got Cooper Kupp, you got Robert Woods, you got Cam Akers, you got Henderson, Malcolm Brown is no longer there, but you got Sean McVay, Aaron Donald is there, but also too, the defense lost some pieces. John Johnson III, you had some pieces that you lost on that defense. You lost a defensive coordinator as well. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly they put it together. But, just to say the Rams are going to win, the NFC overall, I think you got to go through Tampa Bay, my team, first, right? And the Niners might end up beating the Rams. They beat them twice last year. And obviously, with a Jimmy Garoppolo kind of quarterback or worse. So, I got to see it first. I got to be able to see them put it all together. But losing a D coordinator, losing 3 starters on that defense, it might not come together as quickly as people think. Yeah, I think they can win a lot of games. But, with the Niners, they could end up winning the NFC West. Especially if they stay healthy for the full season, in my personal opinion. But we'll see. Yeah. But the thing is, for the Rams to win the Super Bowl, you got to get past Tampa Bay. I don't think it's happening. You obviously we know the Rams could play in their hometown state in California, do what kind of Tampa did last season. But having that continuity, having that chemistry, obviously Stafford is good, but he's no Tom Brady. And we're bringing back all 22 starters, and I know it's tough to be able to repeat. And if we play them in the NFC Championship game, I still think Tampa would win. But like I said, the Rams definitely got to put some people on notice. But this is going to be their first year. We got to be able to see if Stafford can really get it done and if he can stay healthy for a full season. So we'll see. Also, the Chiefs are going to have something to say about that, or the Bills or the Browns. So who knows if the NFC is going to have the Super Bowl champion, whether it's Tampa, the Rams, or someone else. We will see. So where do you think Watson will end up now? Northwest Sports Fanatics, Eagles. I think that's pretty much the one destination that you could see him playing. Philly's got 3 draft picks, possibly in the first round, especially if Carson Wentz plays 70 to 75% of his snaps. So that's a lot of draft capital that you could give up for a Deshaun Watson. So I promise there are a lot more good Saints fans like me. We just get hidden behind the stubborn ones. Yeah, Kyle, facts. Sometimes you'll have delirious ones, or just ones that don't know all the players or all the facts. Peyton Turner, the draft picks, really have to pan out now. But you just can't assume, you lose all these guys on defense, lose guys on offense, right? Lose your Hall of Fame quarterback, first ballot Hall of Famer Drew Brees, and think you're going to have the same kind of team that you did last year. It's just kind of asinine, you know what I mean? You're not going to be the same team. It's going to take time for them to gel. So yeah, the Bills could, but I think the Browns and the Chiefs are better. And at this point, if you don't have a running back, the Bills are not going to be able to win the AFC, in my opinion. You got to have a stud running back. a Josh Jacobs from the Raiders, right? A Najee Harris from the Steelers, right? A Jonathan Taylor from the Colts. They don't got it. And if you don't have a running game to offset Josh Allen and Diggs, you're not going to be able to beat the Browns or the Chiefs, in my opinion. Once the Bills get their 3-down horse, their stud running back, then you can start putting the Bills in the conversation. But I still think that they're not better than the Browns or the Chiefs, in my opinion, at this point. They still need to get that stud running back, and they don't got one. That's just my personal opinion. Once they do, then you can start putting them in that category. Second quarter, Bengals 10, Titans 7. The Bengals are driving. Watson needs to leave Houston. Doesn't matter. It deserved to be in this match. Top 10 quarterback. Touchdown, Bengals. Giovanni Bernard, my Tampa Bay Buccaneer running back. Third option. We got Leonard Fournette, we got Rojo, and we got Bernard. Yes, please. Yes, please. If you want to doubt Brady, you want to doubt my team, go ahead. But, the Brady's legacy, obviously winning all these games, torn MCL, still winning the Super Bowl. Now we're going to have a full offseason. Yes, I know it's tough to repeat. Yes, I know it's tough to make 2 NFC championship games in a row. Just ask the Packers. Yes, I know it's tough to make 2 Super Bowls, right? And let alone 2 Super Bowls and win. But if anyone can do it, it's Brady and the roster that I have right now. That's facts. Let's see here. Kyle says, yeah, we had so many chances to win the Super Bowl in the last few years, and it didn't happen, so now it's time to rebuild. The Saints, in my opinion, facts. I mean, like I said, you guys had one of the best teams in the NFL for the last 4 years. Definitely got robbed the year in 2018, I believe, when you played the Rams with the no call. That might have been the year that you could have won the Super Bowl, but no guarantees to play Tom Brady that year. Obviously, they held the Rams to barely anything. Gronk got that late catch and that late grab, and they won the Super Bowl. But like I said, that was the year. And then losing to the Vikings with the Minneapolis Miracle with Diggs, and then obviously the push-off year, with Kyle Rudolph. It's unfair, obviously, with the refs, but, you got to be able to put yourself in a lead to not have that happen. And it's just unfortunate the Saints have gotten the raw end of the stick in the last 4 years. But it shows you how hard it is to really win a Super Bowl or to get to an NFC championship game. It is not fucking easy. Who do you got each division title wise? All right, so I got Tampa Bay in the NFC South. In the NFC West, it's tough. Rams or Niners. It's going to be one of them, in my personal opinion. NFC East, it's tough. I like the Giants, but obviously you got Washington, the Giants, the Cowboys. It could be any of one of those teams. To me, it's kind of more Washington or the Giants. It's going to be one of those. And like I said, with the Packers, it should be them if Rodgers is there. If Rodgers is sitting out or he's not there, then I got Minnesota. And then on the AFC side, AFC West, Chiefs, no doubt. Chargers, wild card. And then in the North, I got the Browns winning the division, Ravens as a wild card. And then in the opposite division there in the AFC East, I got the Bills winning. And then maybe the Patriots or the Dolphins getting in as a wild card. And in the South, it's going to be Titans or Colts, obviously there. It just really depends on the Colts offense. Can we get anything from Carson Wentz? And obviously with the Titans defense, are we going to get anything besides Bud Dupree? We need to be able to see them step up. So that's where I'm kind of leaning right now. It's tough to say. We got to see preseason. We got to see injuries. But there's going to be a few teams, kind of there. I don't really know if Dak can stay healthy for a full year. And then the Eagles, if they get Deshaun Watson, then it's a whole nother ball game as well. It's tough, you know what I mean? But you get a lot of worst to first scenarios. So I think teams that are going to make a jump this year are the Niners and the Giants in the NFC, and I think the Chargers in the AFC. If I had to pick 3 teams that are going to make a big jump from last year to this year, and as we know, just because you did good last year doesn't mean you're going to be good this year. There's a lot of times where you go from worst to first, or third to first, or obviously worst to second place, and you're in a wild card. So, and that's facts. Joe Mixon being out, no problem. 32 seconds left before halftime. 17-7. Surprising the Titans aren't able to get on the board and get things going. And at this point, the Titans are 5-1. Bengals 1-5-1. And they just had a Bengals game on prior to this. Isaac says, who do you or what do you think about the Seahawks this year? I think the Seahawks might it could go two different ways. They could be like the Saints, and they could end up going, like a 9-8, 8-9, type of season, 7-10, depending on injuries and whatnot. But the Seahawks might be the team on the outside looking in, because it could be the Niners, the Rams, and the Cardinals making a jump, and the Seahawks might be the odd team out in the NFC West, even though all four teams could make the playoffs. And that's the only division that you can say that about. They are the deepest division in football, the NFC West, and it's not even close. But kind of how I'm leaning right now is maybe the Seahawks and the Saints miss the playoffs this year. And maybe you get the Cardinals taking their spot, and you got the Cardinals, the Rams, and the Niners in the NFC West. On the contrary, this might come as a shocker, as I'm a Saints fan. Trust me, I bleed black and gold all the way. But shocker, Tampa is another one of my favorite teams. Hey, dude, Tampa is, man, they had an amazing season. I've been a fan since 1995. So nice run up the middle. First down, Titans. So I've gone through the ups and the downs. And from 2007 to 2019, no playoffs. My team was garbage. You know what I mean? From the Josh Freeman all the way up to the Jameis Winston era. But finally, to be able to bring in Brady and Gronk and AB and draft Devin White and, Antoine Winfield Jr., Tristan Wirfs, it finally all came together. It was awesome. No disagreements except Minnesota. Rodgers or not, Vikings defense comes back healthy. All the free agent signings and pickups. I can't wait for the season to start. Yeah. Well, like I said, with Minnesota, they can make a wild card, but also too the Chicago Bears with Justin Fields, depending on his development, them and Minnesota might be able to get a wild card, in the NFC. It's possible, or you might have to wait a following year. But like I said, if Green Bay doesn't have Aaron Rodgers, someone's going to win that division, and it's not going to be Green Bay. More than likely, it'll be Minnesota. Seattle is just over 500. That's what we always say about, Russell Wilson, but he plays like, let's say 9 years, and he's made the playoffs 8 out of the 9, for example. He's only missed the playoffs like 1 year. So every time we doubt Russell Wilson, even though the offensive line is trash, the defensive line is trash, you got DK Metcalf, Tyler get to the door and lock it. No more David Moore. Chris Carson gets hurt a lot. Penny's a bust, but they always find a way, it seems like, to win 9, 10, 11 games somehow, some way. They win. The Cardinals end up choking at the end of the year. Rams and Niners. Niners got hurt last year, but I think that they could bounce back. But if the Niners get hurt again, right, then it'll be the Rams and Seahawks. It all depends on Kyler taking a big jump, Budda Baker, Chandler Jones, Chandler Jones, and JJ Swat now there. So it's going to be up for grabs. Depending on who wins the division, but just saying that the Rams outright are going to win the NFC West, we have to kind of wait for the division to play itself out, because depending on who wins the divisional matchups, who has the best divisional record, obviously is going to determine more than likely who's going to win the NFC West. That's facts. Yeah, with Seattle, RWF 1984. As long as they got Wilson, they got a chance. And every time we doubt them, they end up getting to the playoffs. So it's like you can't doubt Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? He's that great. He's a top 2, top 3 quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. I think that's undeniable. So Brendan Edwards, I miss Allstott. Yeah, so many people don't have any idea. I've been watching football since 85. So I've been watching the, football, NFL, college football, sports in general for a long, long time. And if you go back and watch Mike Allstott, as far as a running back, not even just a white Caucasian running back, but he was one of the more unstoppable running backs ever. Fullback / halfback, amazing. Miss him. And we're probably never going to see another guy like that ever again. If Minnesota doesn't make the playoffs, that could be the end of Zimmer and Kirk. Maybe. It just depends, on what direction they want to go. If they want to try to get somebody better than Kirk, Zimmer is solid. He's not horrible as a coach. It's really the defense. The defense with, Danielle Hunter, Everson Griffin, on the team, off the team. Obviously no more Xavier Rhodes. Rhodes closed. He had a rebirth in his career in Indy. But really the defense is going to have to do big things for them. And then getting Patrick Peterson hopefully will be a plus for them as well. But we know Adam Thielen is a stud. We already know Justin Jefferson has potential to be a top 5 wide receiver already. He's great. Top 10 wide receiver already. He's great, right? Dalvin Cook, great. It's all about Kirk Cousins, the offensive line, the coaching, and the defense. That's facts. Kyle says, my best friend is a Bucs fan, so him and I are wanting to go to a Saints-Bucs game. Hey, hell yeah, man. I want to go too. RWF, you're absolutely right. Despite what people think, I think it's foolish for Rick Spielman to add to that list. Facts. Spielman is the reason for us having all these draft picks. He got an A+ in the draft for me. So I would assume, Brendan, you're a Vikings fan then? Like I said, they can win the division, man, but only if Rodgers doesn't play. I mean, if Rodgers is there, I think it would be very tough to win the division. You know, I mean, 2 NFC championship games in a row. But we'll see. You know, Minnesota every few years has a great year, but Kirk needs to be better in prime time. You know, it has to have more consistency. You know, kind of a middle of the pack quarterback. I like him. And like I said, you got Dalvin Cook, Thielen, and Justin Jefferson. No excuse. But the offensive line needs to do their job, and the defense especially. Were you a fan of the Bucs during the Warren Sapp days? Absolutely. Well, I started being a fan for the Bucs actually when we drafted Warren Sapp in '95 and Derek Brooks. You know, Derek Brooks is my favorite player of all time. Devin White and Levante David are my favorite players currently now. I got the Warren Sapp jersey on, as you can see, the throwback. Yeah, Sapp with Allstott, man, such a great team. Sapp, Allstott, Simeon Rice. You know, we had so many amazing players. Rondé Barber, John Lynch. I mean, we ultimately had 5 Hall of Fame players on defense and Allstott on the other side, even though Simeon Rice won't get in. But think about how rare that is. You know, John Lynch, Rondé Barber, Sapp, right? Brooks, Hall of Famers, right? And then obviously Simeon Rice is borderline. I mean, he was getting like 15, 16 sacks when he was on Tampa. Unbelievable, unstoppable. Top 3 DN when he was playing with Tampa when we got him from the Cardinals, right? And then on top of that, having Allstott, you know, was great. But then you had a lot of good players. Keyshawn, Keenan McCardell, Joe Juravicius, Ken Dilger, Michael Pittman, Brad Johnson. Not a lot of guys that, you know, were like amazing, but John Gruden really got the best out of those guys. But the one Hall of Famer on that offense that's undeniable, Mike Allstott, A-Train. V-Man 29397, bang, $5. Love you. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. Thielen is your profile picture. Yep, I see that. Love Adam Thielen. Love Jefferson. Love Cook. Absolutely. I don't know what happened there. I pushed the wrong button and went to the wrong screen. I apologize. Bang! $5, $5. Your opinion, how would Super Bowl 45 differ if Brian Schottenheimer didn't blow the AFC Championship game against Pittsburgh? Whew. That's a good question. That is a good question, man. It's all about play calling. Even when you look at Marty, you know, Schottenheimer, when you look at that, you know, with the Chargers team that they had, and they decided to fire their guy after 14-2. It's all about coaching, you know, and it's all about coaching and being able to get the best out of your players. That's facts. And sometimes, you know, coaches, you know, step up to the game, and sometimes guys, you know, they end up just fumbling and bumbling the game up. And that's a real reality right now. That's facts. Let me take a quick look here. Let me take a quick look to refresh my memory. Packers, Steelers. Yeah, and in that matchup, I haven't got really a Super Bowl winner wrong in like 15 or 20 years. Packers defeated the Steelers a score of 31-25. The game was played February 6, 2011 at Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas. With the Steelers in that matchup, I'm not sure if you were no matter what you were going to do, in that Super Bowl matchup, they weren't going to beat Green Bay. I mean, if you watch Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs that year, he was fucking unstoppable. That was one of the best, you know, overall playoff runs that we've ever seen. You know what I mean? I mean, this guy was lit. Like, you know, when Joe Flacco had his year, you know, throwing all those touchdowns and no picks in the playoffs, same thing goes, you know, for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. I mean, I don't know if anyone was going to be able to beat that team. You know, that team was almost a team of destiny, you know, in my opinion. And obviously in the AFC Championship game, obviously in that particular year as well, it was going to be tough, man. Let me go back here and take a quick look.
Tannehill just takes his chance towards the end zone. The wind has been a factor. We already saw it play a role in Gostkowski's miss from 53 yards in the first quarter. The key is you're going to take a shot at the end zone. You got to make sure 4 or 5 seconds.
Jets 19, Pittsburgh 24. Yeah, that was tough. I know you're a Jets fan. Man, I mean, and you got to think with, Mark Sanchez and the little time that you had with Revis Island. I mean, just to win that game and that particular setup there too, it was going to be tough, man. And even if the Jets would have won that game, it's not like you guys lost by a lot. You guys lost by 5. So, obviously with the play calling and the offense and being able to get things rolling, Pittsburgh had a pretty solid team that year as well. It's just tough. I mean, if you're a Jets fan, I mean, like I said, you're gone through the ups and the downs, but for those couple years, one of the best teams in football, offense, defense, you had everything there. But to be able to go against that type of roster, with Pittsburgh, I'm not sure if there was anything that could have happened. And if the Jets would have won that, I don't think you would have been able to beat Green Bay. I mean, you might have been able, you lost by 5 in the AFC Championship game, but Green Bay was humming. And like I said, as close as you were, I'm not sure if there was anything that could have been done to be able to win that particular game, let alone, moving forward in the Super Bowl that particular year. Yeah, Joe Juravicius. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the 2010 Jets. Yep. Green Bay still would have won, RWF says. Appreciate you. $5, my boy. I think it's halftime now in that game. Yeah. I was wondering if it was like 2010 or 2011. I was kind of going back and looking at that particular year. But I'm hoping for the Jets to have a little resurgence and a little bit of a rebirth. Obviously with Zach Wilson, I like what they're doing there. Elijah Moore could be a very sleeper wide receiver. Obviously when your best player, Jamison Crowder, it's not a good look. You know what I mean? But they've really improved, bring in Robert Saleh. I really like the future of the Jets. Tough division though. Dolphins are getting better. We don't know if Tua is the guy long-term or not. Patriots with Cam or Mac Jones. Mac Jones, who? Mac Jones. And then you got the Buffalo Bills kind of at the top right now. So it's going to take some time. But hopefully when they build and they build well, hopefully we can see the Jags, win the AFC South at some time. And hopefully the Jets can get a wild card, hopefully in the next 5 years. Hopefully they can keep building around Zach Wilson and Saleh's there. And they can bring in character guys. But as long as Buffalo's there, Belichick is there, and Flores is there, I mean, it's going to be very, very tough. You're almost going to have to hope for injuries and things to happen, to be able to get the Jets, towards the top or a wild card. It's going to be very, very difficult. Facts. Isaac says, do you like NBA, MLB, NHL, or do you only cover NFL? No, I mean, I'll follow the MLB for my dad, for the Dodgers. I'll watch a little Mariners as well. NBA, I mean, when it's the finals and when it's the playoffs, I'll try to chime in a little bit and watch a little bit there. But the NBA isn't the same without fans. Hopefully after COVID is completely over, the NBA will be better. I know wrestling is better, but for me, it's NFL 1, college football 2, wrestling, AEW, and WWE 3, then probably MLB 4, and then NBA 5. And then, a little NHL or soccer, sprinkled in after that. It really just depends on kind of my mood. But normally it's all football and wrestling for me. Those are like really the number 1, number 2 for me. It's like NFL, college football at the top, and then AEW and WWE wrestling after that. And that's facts. Said Pittsburgh was banged up without Troy P. V-Man, yeah. So Green Bay's offense versus the Jets defense that year would have been a great matchup, but the Jets offense versus Green Bay defense is where the Jets lose. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you just needed to be able to have a little bit more offense. I mean, the Jets defense back then was amazing. I mean, there's a reason why you guys got to a couple AFC championship games there with Mark Sanchez. I believe what you guys had Thomas Davis, right? Yeah. Gosh, you guys had a nice little squad. I'm trying to look back and not Thomas Davis. God, who did you guys have? I'm trying to think of, let me see here. Let me look at your roster. Jericho Cotchery, Santonio Holmes. Whoa, baby. Whoa, baby. Those are some names for you. Sanchez, Sean Green, LaDainian Tomlinson. Okay. Santonio Holmes, Braylon Edwards, Jericho Cotchery. They had Roethlisberger. They had Rashad Mendenhall, Emmanuel Sander, Hines Ward, Antonio Brown, Mike Wallace. Damn! Look at that. That roster was stacked with wide receivers. Tomlinson. Man, oh man. All right, let me go in here. I got to change this up here real quick. 17-7. Now we're in the third quarter.
Davis aligns 2 yards from the top of the numbers, you've got to expect an outbreaking route. He's either going to cross the field where you should have help, but you've got to be able to protect the outside. You've got to understand the formation and take that away. He'll pick up 23 yards. You see Davis's numbers. His tackle up over the 100-yard mark. Henry evading the initial tackler. And finally brought down by Christian Covington, who's been a busy man.
Sean Green, Joe McKnight, LaDainian Tomlinson. I'm just going back and looking at some of the old running backs here for the Jets. Tomlinson, McKnight, Tony Richardson, Sean Green. Let's go back to 2009. I love going back in time. I can go back and look at all the old school players. Thomas Jones, that's who I was. Not Thomas Davis, Thomas Jones, but that was in 2009. And then after that, he wasn't on the team. Tannehill, scrambling. Go, 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 go. First down, Titans. 17-7 in the third quarter. AFC East has potential to be like the NFC West. Yeah, Zach Wilson. It seems like he's going to be the man. Like I said, I think he's got just as much potential as Trevor Lawrence, if not a little bit more. He's got great arm strength. It just depends on he's on the kind of the shittiest team at this point with based off what the Jags have around him and what the Jets have right now. But I think there's a lot of potential moving forward. Henry with the carry. Yeah, problem with Schottenheimer abandoning the run in the AFC Championship game in favor of the pass. Yeah. I mean, it's tough to do that. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's a passing league now, more of a running league back then. But with Pittsburgh, back in that time period, tough to beat a team like that. You know what I mean? When a team has a season with all those types of wide receivers that they have and seeing all the weapons that they have on that end, to have that discipline to be a run first, team and then have that defense, sometimes the coaching goes away from it, especially if you're down. If you're down in the game, it's your natural instinct to throw the football instead of run. So. But that's facts, man. I'm rooting for you, man. I'm rooting for the Jets to have a good year. I'm rooting for them to have a good year. I'm rooting for, the Jags to have a good year. I'm rooting for a lot of the teams. I don't know if Jared Goff and the Goffense are going to have a good year. They're probably going to be a shitty team. But I want to see the Bengals good. I want to see the Lions good. I mean, some of these teams that just struggle, and the Lions probably got to be, now the Texans and the Lions are probably going to be the crappiest football teams, as we're going into 2021. There'll be a few others that are going to struggle. Obviously, the Jets are going to, still be in a rebuilding mode. We'll see what the Jags do as well. Nice stop by the Bengals. The Jets crushed Pittsburgh in December by running. He just wanted to show off for a head coaching job. Yeah. No, I hear you, man. It's rough, man. And like I said, sometimes you have to, remember those good seasons that you had. If you had a better quarterback than Mark Sanchez, right, then you probably could have ended up beating Pittsburgh and then maybe being a little bit more competitive in Green Bay. But just that run that Rodgers had, that was Rodgers' year. You know what I mean? Every year, you're going to have one team that has that year. And there was like nobody that was touching Rodgers, and based off his completion percentage, his touchdowns. He was just in the mode. Like an NFL blitz, he was on fire. Like an NBA jam, an NFL blitz, NBA hang time. I don't know if anyone was beating Green Bay that year, especially when you watched him play in the playoffs. He was humming. Even with the Jets defense being as great as it was, probably would have been a little bit lower of scoring game, especially with Revis Island, dominating back then. But still think more than likely Green Bay would have probably squeaked it out. Right? RWF said Jets did have some good players on offense, but Sanchez was one of those guys. It seems like his only success was defensive heavy teams, Trubisky and Grossman, kind of like that. So Jets will be fine. We own a 571 win percentage under the first-year head coaches since 97. I love Saleh, too. I think that's a great personality fit for you guys moving forward. I'm hoping you guys have a lot of success. It may take a couple years to get there. But just the guys that you're bringing into the roster, I really like the draft that you guys had. I like the head coach. You just got to keep building on that. Free agents, hopefully want to come there after what they see the improvements with the Jets. And hopefully Zach Wilson gets a chance to ball out. We want him to ball out and do great things. I'm hoping that him and Trevor Lawrence ball out. Facts.
The class of 2021 could be the greatest ever. Go online now to get your Hall of Fame exclusive private gear.
It's funny. I got my huge iMac here in front of me, which is almost as big as a TV screen. Then I got a 60-inch TV behind that, which I can't fully see all of the TV just because I'm short of space and I don't have a wall mount in here. I literally just grabbed the TV from the living room and threw it in here because obviously I'm not going to get a TV. I'm going to get a TV probably next week. So then I'll get a wall mount and then I'll have it all set up in here, which will be exciting. And then I'll be able to do preseason and do a lot of the games as well. Light gaming, it's just on NFL Network. Your boy's always grinding. I'm always, watching film, and this was something that I was going to end up watching anyways. So I figured, I'd hop on, call the game, watch the game, and just hang out with the fans. Obviously, we know we have a WWE pay-per-view, that's going to be coming on later today. But anytime the WWE is on, it's fantastic now with fans since we saw SmackDown. But, when the NFL Network is on and they're showing Super Bowl classics, no, it's just a game from last year. So NFL Network will typically show, Super Bowl classics. Like yesterday, they showed the Panthers and the Broncos with Cam Newton, as well as Peyton Manning and Von Miller. But like I said, if they're going to show full games on NFL Network, I figured, it would just give me a chance to kind of get reacquainted, into the live streaming. Cause obviously that's what I'm known for, doing live play-by-play reactions, obviously doing reaction videos as well. And, I wasn't doing anything else. I was watching Shark Week as well as watching NFL Network. So I thought it would be a good opportunity just to kind of sharpen the knife, sharpen the skills, and enjoy the game. Go back and watch some of these games from 2020. Jets actually surprised me last year. I know they were bottom of the league, but they had a few of their games. They played better than I expected. Yeah. So Eagles doing a joint practice with the Jets and the Patriots. Message from a Golden Eagle. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, like I said, we're about, I don't know, what is it, 20 days away from preseason. So, we're getting closer, 3 weeks away. And then we'll get a few weeks of preseason, and then the NFL season will be right around the corner. I can't wait. And some people, they don't like maybe watching old games. I love it. I don't care if it's a game from 25, 30 years ago or from last year. 11-11 left in the third quarter. Bengals 17, Titans 7. Giovanni Bernard with the carry. Light Gaming said, question, do you know the joint practices for the Dolphins? I don't know yet. I usually try to follow as much on all the different NFL teams, but I have not heard who the joint practices are going to be. And usually they'll announce some of that. They'll probably have that on the website, though, if you actually go to the team website. RWFA 1984, as a Vikings fan, Vikings-Broncos joint practices will be interesting with Teddy on the other team. Yeah. I'm definitely excited to see the practices and how they play. And like I said, if you love the NFL, it doesn't matter if it's a practice, if it's preseason. I can't get enough. Like I said, I have love for all 32 teams, and it doesn't matter where it is, what time it is. Until we get to preseason and the NFL regular season, give me anything NFL related. Training camp, preseason, it doesn't matter. I love it. Facts. All right, third quarter, 17-7, Bengals. 7 different players with receptions today from Joe Burrow. Shotgun set with Burrow, changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Love me some Joe Burrow action. Love me some Tannehill as well. Ooh, nice catch. First down, Bengals. Third catch for Tate. Okay, I see you. Burrow sacked 28 times, most in the NFL at this point. 1-5-1. That's brutal. Brutal. All right, Burrow, shotgun set, 17-7, third quarter. Burrow, screen pass, dropped. What happened to my hands? Come on now. Got to be better. Man, I can't wait to get my TV set up in here properly. Get it on the wall mount out here, right above the computer. Get the AC in here. So one of the games that shocked me last season was Giants versus Bucks. That game looked like the Giants could have manhandled the Bucks, but Jones missed the wide receivers open for the TD. Yeah, I mean, and like I said, if Brady was playing with a torn MCL the whole season, tip pass, almost incomplete, losing to the Rams by 3, the Chiefs by 3, Bears by 3, it happens. And then obviously the Saints, when you lose that one in week 1, and then the 38-3 blowout in Tampa in like week 9. It happens, you know what I mean? 11-5. It shows you don't have to be undefeated. You don't have to win all your games. You could still lose 4 or 5 games and still win a Super Bowl. You just got to get hot at the right time. Sometimes it's not the best team that wins the Super Bowl. It's the team that's the hottest going into December and then in the playoff push. We went undefeated in December, which I called, in November with the easy schedule. I knew we were going to go undefeated in December, and then we carried that momentum all the way to the Super Bowl and won. Go, go, go. Wow, Burrow on his feet. Wow, Burrow with the Houdini move. This game is on NFL Network right now. So if you want a chance to just watch it with me, turn it on, and Daniel Jones stinks. Hey, well, we'll be able to see if he ends up stepping up. I'm not really a believer of Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, Danny Nichols, Danny Pennies, but, bringing in Kadarius Toney from, Florida, bringing in Galladay, having a healthy Saquon, bringing in the defensive players, there's no excuse. If he doesn't get it done and you don't get to a wild card, or win the division, he's out of there. And you're going to be able to move on at that point. All right, shotgun set for Burrow. Oh, no, they're punting. Okay. Bengals with the punt. 17-7. So, like, even in this matchup, if the Titans are 5-1 and the Bengals are 1-5-1, you never would think it would be 17-7. But that's the NFL. Like I said, you never can predict on what's going to happen in the NFL during the regular season. As it goes to the playoffs, I think it's easier to predict. You kind of have a gauge on what might happen. But obviously in regular season, that's why we love the NFL. Anybody can beat anybody on any Sunday, Monday, or Thursday. Facts. Said RWF says, that's why I like the Bucs winning last year. Saints have a bad habit of getting full of themselves. And being a fan, you should know sweeping the regular season don't mean anything. That's facts. You know what I mean? Obviously, choking in the playoffs or choking, in the regular season. Some teams do it. Some teams do it more than others. And obviously, having a rough year with the Minneapolis Miracle and then having the year against the Rams and then the Kyle Rudolph game. Sometimes I think it gets into the fans' head, the players' heads, and the coaches' heads. That's facts. You know what I mean? You're just thinking you're waiting to get screwed. You can't have that mindset. If you think you're going to lose, you've already lost. That's what they tell you growing up when you play Pop Warner or you play like in your rec leagues. If you think you're going to lose or something bad is going to happen to you, more than likely, you've already lost the game. You're already just waiting for something bad to happen. And then a lot of times it happens. So, yeah, but I'm excited for this season. I'm excited for Tampa Bay. NWSF Chain Gang in the building. Excited, man. Like I said, we're just right around the corner. We are just right around the corner from NFL season. Preseason, NFL regular season. Be able to do my fantasy football league through the Northwest Sports Fanatics channel as well. Trying to get myself over that 20K hump. Obviously, 3.4 million views, over 1,100 videos. obviously in the library, going to be, closer to that 1,500 number, sooner than later. But to be able to get that good number and to get over that 20,000 subscriber hump will be great. You know what I mean? With all the hard work and the passion, the energy, the dedication. I have a full-time job, that I do with the warehouse work, unloading trailer trucks with really heavy things, 50 to 150 pounds, and then doing YouTube full-time on top of that. It's not easy. It's a grind, but obviously I love it, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. All right, Titans, your turn. 17-7, third quarter. Hand off to Henry. Go, 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 go. First down, Titans. LA Rams in the building. What up, man? How are you? People are popping in, popping out. I know a lot of people got, shit going on Sundays. This game is on NFL Network. So I thought, hey, fuck it. You know what I mean? I know the Eagles and the Niners are coming up. We got a WWE pay-per-view coming up later tonight. I've been watching Shark Week through and through, and I'm watching a lot of NFL Network also. So I said, fuck it, I always watch these games when they're on NFL Network anyway. So figured I'd call the game and give myself a little repetition, getting myself ready for the season. Play action fake, tip pass, incomplete. Just getting ready, for the repetitions and the hard work. Yeah, smash that like button for your boy. Okay, a little live look in. We got the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. Touchdown, Patriots. 14-0. Okay. 2 games below 500 for the first time since 2001, New England. We saw Cam Newton do big things and then have COVID, and they kind of hit the wall. A.J. Brown, one of my favorite wide receivers. I feel him and Justin Jefferson, are like my favorite wide receivers, that are breaking up, kind of the normal knowledge that, okay, you got guys that are top 10 wide receivers. You got guys that are on the cusp of being top 5. Obviously, we know Julio and DeAndre Hopkins are getting a little bit older. And if you could have 2 guys that are going to move up and take their spots here in the next couple years, I definitely think it's A.J. Brown as well. And Julio's getting older too. But I would go A.J. Brown as well as Justin Jefferson. Those are the 2 guys. And I'm excited to see what Jamar Chase does for the Bengals too. The future of the wide receiver position in the NFL is in definitely good hands.
Neutral zone infraction on a defense number 90. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Now, there's a lot of great games last season. I know the NFL put out like the top 10 plays of last season, and I was wanting to do kind of like a reaction video to that, but sometimes the NFL is very picky with some of their footage and copyright issues and whatnot. So if I can get it from someone else's channel that's not the NFL, I can react to something like that. But normally, like I said, I wouldn't be able to do something like this today, but the girlfriend is gone wine tasting with her mom and her family. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to grab the 60-inch TV from the living room and bring it in here. Because I wasn't going to be able to do anything like this until probably next week when we end up getting the TV. But I got the itch, to be able to just watch football and call a game. And here I am. And I got a call from my dad about a half hour before I started doing this live stream. He had a heart condition, was in the hospital for a couple days. Super scary. He's at home now, and he sounds like he's good to go. But, he had a kind of a mini stroke a couple years ago, which kind of scared me a little bit. But it's good news to hear that he's doing okay. He called me, and definitely want to go visit him, sooner than later, maybe in the next few days if I can. Tannehill, handoff up the middle. Foreman, gain of a couple. We're in the third quarter, 17-7, Bengals. It's kind of crazy. You would never think the Bengals would be ahead, but they are at home, and it's the NFL, so anybody can beat anybody. That's why I like watching these games. Sometimes you get really surprised. If a team comes in there like Titans did, probably 5-1, playing a 5-1 Bengals team, they're probably like, fuck these guys. We're going to come in here and beat their ass. But as we know, it doesn't always happen, and they don't even have Joe Mixon playing. They got Giovanni Bernard, who's now on the Buccaneers playing, and he's playing pretty fucking good. RWF agreed. Play action fake. Incomplete. Yeah, you got to have that offensive line. I would have really loved if they would have got Penei Sewell instead of Jamar Chase. Like getting Jamar Chase and having Burrow and having that connection, I get it, the LSU connection. But they need offensive line. If you don't have offensive line, you ain't going to do shit. Just ask the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I mean, Mahomes didn't even get a touchdown pass, and he's considered the best quarterback in the NFL. So shows you need offensive line in this game that we call the NFL. Yeah, Vikings need that O-line too. All right, 17-7, third quarter, shotgun set for Tannehill. Blitz coming. Tannehill steps up in the pocket. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? It's time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Let's go. Logan Wilson with the big sack lunch. And this year, it'll probably be Trey Hendrickson, T-Rex, formerly of the Saints, getting some of those sack lunches. Said week 1, Brady should get his 666 touchdown against the Cowgirls. Man, I can't wait for week 1 for that opening kickoff game, dude. Bengals and Buccaneers and the Cowboys playing Brady and Dak. We're going to win that game, but it's going to be very exciting to see Dak back out there. I mean, Cowboys are out there and the Cowboys are good. It's good for the NFL. It's either you're rooting for them or it's something to talk about, and you're either talking shit about the Cowboys or talking shit about Dak, or you're wanting to see what they do. Big sack lunch on Ryan Tannehill right here. Yeah, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. 4:32 left in the third quarter. Said RWF says those back-to-back incomplete passes Mahomes did towards the end of the third quarter was amazing. For it to be incomplete passes, don't know how Mahomes found a way to hit the wide receiver. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing to watch Mahomes play. Him, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, especially, what they've done. And even Brady sometimes. I mean, torn MCL the whole year. I mean, who would have thought that he would be able to play on that type of high level? I mean, anyone's legacy. Brady's legacy just took the championship GOAT level to a whole nother meaning, especially being injured the whole year. That's facts. But Mahomes not getting a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl was very, very shocking. I think that even if they would have lost, you would have thought at least one. You know what I mean? I know my Tampa Bay defense and my offensive line really controlled the tempo, but really the game changed with that bomb, at the end of the, second quarter when King got burned. And they went to Scotty Miller for that bomb. That really changed everything. Without that, who knows if Tampa would have won that game. And that's facts. But I'm excited to see what Tampa can do this season. And I'm assuming that the Chiefs are going to do big things as well. Mecole Hardman should be able to step up for Sammy Watkins going to the Ravens. We're going to see a lot of new development, for different teams, different players stepping up. And I'm definitely excited to see that. Good morning football. Can't wait for that too. Yeah, Brady playing on torn MCL. I don't know if anyone else would have been able to do that the whole year. It happened in New England prior to him coming. You know what I mean? And him still, winning 11 games and then ended up, ending the season, 15-5? The touchdown to interception ratio was amazing. Finished third in passing. Are you kidding me? At 42, 43 years old. It's insane. Fucking insane. Yeah, and for me being a Buck fan, I mean, I didn't know if I was ever going to end up getting another Super Bowl win after the John Gruden era with Brad Johnson and Allstott. I just didn't know if we were ever going to win a Super Bowl for the rest of my life. And then obviously getting Brady, when you have Brady, you always have a shot. Whether you love Brady, you hate Brady, you love Belichick, you hate Belichick, you love the Patriots, you hate the Patriots, you love the Bucks, you hate the Bucks. When Brady's there, you always have a shot. And obviously I have a good core surrounding Brady too. That always helped. So I believe Kelsey and Hill should drop in the ranks for dropping catches in a Super Bowl. Message from a Golden Eagle. Burrow. Nice catch. Tate with the grab. First down, Bengals. Appreciate every single one of y'all that popped in and that's hopping in here and watching the game with me. Love you guys and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Like I said, a lot of people are doing different things, church things, running errands, doing different things on a Sunday. And like I said, this was kind of last minute thing that I figured I would do. But I was going to watch this game anyways, kind of bounce back between this and Shark Week on Discovery Channel. And Shark Week is always good. That's like a holiday for me, that whole week when Shark Week is on. Definitely very entertaining. Burrow. Tate getting past the sticks there. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. 17-7 Bengals. Said, I think Bucks and Brady have one more in the cannon. Message from a Golden Eagle. I do too. I think within the next 2 years, depending on how long Brady, if Brady ends up going to the Super Bowl again and we win, he might retire at that point. But who's to say if they go back to back that he doesn't convince his wife to go back to back to back? Everyone says it can't be done, and then Brady does it. And Brady does it in a way where it's unbelievable with torn MCL. Burrow, screen pass. Tate, first down, Bengals. So, he's always proving people wrong. But, I know people like the Rams with Stafford coming in, but I really like our chances to repeat this year and to, get to the NFC Championship game, get to the Super Bowl. And if we get there, we're winning. I don't care if it's against the Chiefs again or if we're playing the Browns or the Bills. If the Bucks get to the Super Bowl again, we're going to win. I really, truly believe that. We're going to be the first team, since the Patriots from 03-04 to go back-to-back. And like I said, if we didn't have Brady, that's a whole nother story. But if we can stay healthy, or if we end up, losing this year and then maybe the following year, like 2023 goal, message from a Golden Eagle, that could be true. But I think in the next 2 years, if Brady is still there, we're going to have an excellent shot to make the NFC Championship game and make the playoffs, both years, obviously. We just got to be able to hopefully keep Godwin. 18 for 28, 164 yards for Burrow in this game. It's on NFL Network. So if you guys are tuning in, turn on NFL Network and the game is on. This game from week 8 in 2020. So anytime, Burrow is on or Tannehill, and it's one of those games that's either a classic game, an old game from 20 years ago, or a game from last year like this, I'm obviously always tuning in. I can't get enough NFL action. I'm always watching film anyways, so this is a treat for me. Burrow, flick of the wrist. Wow. A.J. Green with the grab. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can to the Cash App, $ORION-NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. A.J. Green, I'm excited to see what he does with Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. He's been fucking injured. Years and years and years. I remember when he was a top 5 wide receiver. It seems like that was so long ago. Like even Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ. At one point, he was a top 5 wide receiver, but it seems like it's been forever since both guys have been top 5 wide receivers, and they'll never be top 5 ever again. But if OBJ stays healthy for a full season, he could be a big reason in December where the Browns end up winning the AFC North, and they might be able to even represent the AFC. Just depends on what the Chiefs and the Bills do. NFC West going to dominate again. Absolutely. All 4 teams can make the playoffs. And there's no other division in football that you can say that about. They're going to be amazing. And, obviously the Niners should be great. Believe in them. They could win the division this year. Rams with Stafford should be great. And then you got Seattle. You can't count out Dangerous, Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited, right? And then Kyler should be able to take the jump this year, adding J.J. Watt on the opposite side of the ball too. Burrow, woo! Big hit. First down, Bengals. Avoid the Boyd. Tyler Boyd with the amazing grab, and he got popped by Vaccaro. Okay. First down, Bengals. Move the chains. Kenny Vaccaro. He got fucking lit up. Damn right. Man, I can't wait to get my wall mount. Can't wait to get the TV in here. I need to get AC in here, though. It's fucking hot as shit. I got the door open, but I need an AC unit in the bedroom and an AC unit here in this room, because with all this like photography lighting and getting everything set up, it gets fucking sweaty and hot in here. Nice zip with Burrow with that throw. Flick of the wrist. Game is on NFL Network. After this, they're going to have the Eagles and the Niners. And then obviously we have the WWE pay-per-view later on tonight as well. Shotgun set by Burrow. 17-7 Bengals. 1-5-1 versus the Titans, who are 5-1. So you can never underestimate anyone. You know what I mean? End of the third quarter, 17-7. Who would have thought? All right, going into the fourth quarter now. 17-7 Bengals. Unbelievable. Can't wait for the NFL season to start, college football to start. Nice to see SmackDown with fans back again. So if you're a fan of wrestling, nice to be able to see the fans, the reaction, Roman getting booed, Edge getting cheered, the big pop for Pat McAfee. It's just nice to be able to have fans back for AEW as well as WWE. And that's, wrestling needs it. Baseball needs fans, NBA needs fans, NFL, college football needs fans. But out of all those things, wrestling probably needs the fans the most. This is from 2020 on NFL Network. So anytime they show these old games, either Super Bowl classic games or games from last year, I figured, I'm watching the game anyway, so I might as well hop on and call the game and just interact with the fans. It's been a good game so far. I would have liked to see a little bit more action from the Titans, a little bit more fluid offense, but we'll probably end up getting that, obviously, with Julio, A.J. Brown, as well as Derrick Henry and Tannehill as we go into 2021. NFL Total Access. Yeah, this is from week 8 in 2020. And then next up, I think, is going to be the Eagles and the Niners from last season as well, I believe, from 2020. We got the Tennessee Titans versus the Cincinnati Bengals, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Game from 2020, Bengals and Titans. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can in the Cash App, $ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. Yeah, I remember that game from last season. Yeah, Fulgham does go off in that game. Yeah, I figured obviously there'll be a lot of people watching the WWE pay-per-view, but I'll probably watch a little more Shark Week, and I'll watch a little bit of that game as well. For me, I'm not the prototypical NFL fan. I can sit and watch film all day, like 12 hours a day. I can watch film. I can go to team websites. I can read. I'm usually reading about 5 to 6 hours a day on all the team websites, Bleacher, ESPN, NFL.com. So anytime I get a chance to watch film, I like breaking down offensive lines, D lines. It's not all about the quarterback, running back, wide receiver positions. I like looking at the other positions and watching games over and being able to, break down the tape, a little bit deeper than the average person. Another false start for the Bengals. Appreciate every single one of y'all hopping into the chat and hanging out with your boy. Game is on NFL Network, if you're wondering where I'm getting the footage from that I'm calling. It's been a decent game. I would have hoped for a little bit more scoring on the Titans side, like I said. But the Bengals defense has actually played pretty fucking good. And there was a big interception by Jesse Bates III in the first quarter. Tannehill threw it into the end zone, and Bates intercepted it. So this game would be 17-14 without that happening. Nice throw by Burrow. Boyd, go. Nice catch. Avoid the Boyd. Tyler Boyd, very underrated. Him and T. Higgins are going to have a great year. And then to be able to see Jamar Chase, whew, they're going to have themselves an offense, especially if Mixon can stay healthy too. They're going to be fun to watch. Shotgun set, Burrow. Giovanni Bernard, stuffed. Has had a pretty good game, though. And he's on the Buccaneers now, so I'm super excited to be able to see what he can do. You got Fournette and you got Rojo, so obviously he's going to be the third option, Giovanni Bernard, that pass-catching back, a change of pace back, a third down back. But you never can have enough running backs in the NFL, as we know. Negative 30-point differential, worst in the NFL, Bengals, damn. But they are 1-5-1, so. All right, Burrow, shotgun set. Shotgun set. Play action fake. Touchdown, Bengals. Avoid the Boyd. Tyler Boyd. Bang. Let's go. Wow. Unbelievable. Teams at home definitely step up. What a great route right here. Yeah, Joseph got fucking worked right there. Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Chase, Mixon. That offense is going to be scary good. It's all about that offensive line, though. Offensive line is still kind of trash. Extra point is up, and it's good. 24-7. Wow. Definitely carving him up. Joe Burrow. Woo. 24-7. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Sunday. Like I said, I was trying to give myself some, prep time and, getting myself acclimated to, sitting in a room, grinding it out, for 3 hours, watching a game, calling a game, getting kind of the feel of it. And like I said, when we're going into the NFL season, we're about 19, 20 days away, I believe, from preseason, about 4 or 5 Saturdays away from college football. Right around the corner. We're getting closer and closer. And obviously, I'm always grinding, got the full-time job, doing this full-time, just trying to put in the work, putting in the hard-earned dedication and passion that you got to have on YouTube. That's facts. And you guys are the best fans on planet Earth, the Fanatic family. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Nachos, that sounds good. I'm going to have to eat a burger here after this game is over. Then I'll watch a little bit more of, a little bit more of maybe Shark Week. And then I'm definitely going to tune in to maybe a little bit of the pay-per-view, as well as watching maybe that Eagles-Niners game as well. Get a little bit, a taste of more of the NFL before I have to go into work tomorrow. Let me check out social media, see if there's anything going on. Just kind of waiting until Deshaun Watson ends up getting picked up or traded. But we know that's not going to happen just yet. Bum, 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 bum.
We've been in Cincinnati. I did a little research in between my astrophysics studies, some Cincinnati facts. And did you know the Reds are the oldest major league team that were founded in 1869?
Money in the bank. Wonder if Brock Lesnar will show up. That'll be interesting. Most fantasy points per game last season by running back: Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Nick Chubb, Aaron Jones, Jonathan Taylor, James Robinson, David Montgomery, Josh Jacobs, and Myles Gaskin. Fantasy football is going to be fun this season. Best believe that. Air Force and Army. I got the old commercials. Oh, Gators versus Georgia. Number 8 versus number 5. God, I can't wait till college football season comes back. All right, Tannehill, do something. Fourth quarter. There we go. Go, go, go. Nice run by King Henry. Gain of 9. Tannehill. Handoff again. First down, Titans. Move the chains. Yeah, we need to get some scoring for the Titans here. Uh-oh. Touchdown, Bengals. Does it count, though? Von Bell with the recovery. But does it count, though? Oh, incomplete pass, I figured.
water on that Cincinnati party. Boy, I used to love seeing this. Just a free shot off the edge.
No, not preseason, just a game on NFL Network. Preseason starts here in about a month. And about, I know Saturdays, I think 4 or 5 Saturdays away. Ooh, big fucking hit. But NFL Network is showing a lot of the games from 2020. King Mode, appreciate you, man. Yeah, it's a NFL hard hat from NFL.com from like the year 2000. So it's definitely a collector item. 21 years old. But yeah, anytime they end up showing some of the old games, regardless if it's a classic game or an old game from last season, NFL Network has been showing quite a few games, today. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to watch the game anyway. So I would hop on and just do the stream, just get myself ready for preseason and the regular season. But I appreciate that, King Mode. But yeah, we're about I think about a month away. Like, once we get into September, I think 9th is then when we get the Bucks and we get the Cowboys for the first kickoff game. But then obviously we're going to have preseason here in about a few weeks. So just getting myself ready.
We have this like deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with her is a different day. When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows.
Nice little commercial break. 24/7 Bengals. Pretty crazy. You wouldn't think that a team like that with a 1-5-1 record that would be beating up on a team that's 5-1. But when you're at home and things are clicking, it doesn't matter, really what the record is. Sometimes you can really ball out. You believe that you're going to win. You put on a good performance. Maybe the other team comes in a little cocky, and then you find a way to punch them in the mouth. And the game would have been closer too, but Jesse Bates, the third safety, ended up getting a big interception in the end zone when Tannehill was throwing for a touchdown in the first quarter. So the game would be much, much closer with that momentum. But then they haven't really gotten to the red zone since then, and that's why we have the score being 24-7. Should be probably 24-14, but, the Bengals are just punching them in the mouth. Pro Football Hall of Fame. NFL Red Zone, baby. Yeah, that's true. I mean, with the records, I mean, you gotta bring it every time. But as you know, I mean, sometimes when you're playing on one of the kind of shittier teams, you're playing the Bengals, you're playing the Lions. Sometimes people come in a little cocky, you know what I mean? That they're just gonna win, by just regardless. Ooh, nice pass. A.J. Brown. Nice catch. First down, Titans. Move the chains. Tannehill, handoff. All right, King Henry with a gain of about 3 or 4 right there. See if we can get the Titans on the board at least a little bit here before the game ends. 12:30 and change left. Come on, Tannehill. Show me something. Tannehill, flick of the wrist. Corey Davis with the grab. Yeah, and after this game, we're going to have, the Niners and the Eagles. But at this point, talking for 3 hours straight, I'll probably watch a little Shark Week and then watch a little bit of that game, watch a little bit of the Money in the Bank. Mick Nichols with the run. Gain of a couple. Game is on NFL Network. Now we got a man down. Fourth quarter, 24-7, still unbelievable. Can't believe it. Definitely would have thought the Titans would have put up a bigger fight. And I can remember a lot of the games from last season. Commercial break. Let me take a look on social media, see if there's anything else that's popping off. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Sunday.
When I'm bullied, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all
They're
pure
all
love.
love.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours
A lot of the stuff on the timeline is for Money in the Bank.
not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a devil heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So
I guess it just depends if I want to end up doing a live stream for that today or not.
Jordan, recognize your buzz warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood. One day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you and we'll figure it out.
Oh, starting in 35 minutes. I don't know. Maybe I will reorder it. We'll see.
So Saffold exits the game at least for the moment, and Jameel Douglas has come in. Douglas all
24/7 Bengals. Back from the commercial break. Ooh, AJ Brown. Touchdown, Titans. Finally. Okay, finally. AJ Brown with a great route right there. Woo! Burned him. Yeah, I definitely jumped the slant. You got fucking burned, my guy. Nice athleticism from AJ Brown with the spin cycle, too. Extra point is up, and it's good.
Inside
24-13. Finally, the Titans get on the board.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a devil heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzz warning signs and get a ride home.
All right, Money in the Bank starting in 33 minutes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything set up for Money in the Bank. I think I'm going to reorder probably the Peacock Network. So I appreciate everyone that ended up watching the live stream with me. Like I said, wish the game was a little bit closer on the Titan side, but I want to get prepped for Money in the Bank, and then maybe I'll end up doing a Money in the Bank live stream. So I appreciate every single one of y'all. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll be back very, very soon. Peace.